Little wheels spinning.
And we're live.
Now we're live. Where's that thing right there? Oh,
There's what for the
yeah, okay.
yes, now we're live.
Hey, AG.
AZ is first.
I don't know how he does it.
That bad got a little bit of a breeze coming through here. It's kind of cooled down a little bit, but
Oh,
it's
that's
still
good.
like 80 degrees here in the trailer.
Ah. It's about 50 here, I think. No, hello to everybody in the chat then.
The only one to say hi to is AZ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. But that was funny.
As always, you bet there, AZ.
AZ is our #1 supporter.
Yeah, definitely.
Always in the background.
Mm.
So Diane says to me, she says, "Oh, you're the wizard around here. I got given these 2 tablet things," he says. I don't know, maybe you can figure out how to work them or do something. They're brand new in the box called Pulse. Like they're made by what the hell is it? Smart Pods. Now what the hell is this thing? So I pull the box, get it open, not even in instructions in it. So I go to the internet and look it up.
Oh, somebody's heading for some food on the counter.
Mm.
Well, she's probably looking for supper. Hey, Gracie. Grace. Yeah.
Swung her head around.
Mm.
So anyways,
Yep.
the smart pod, what the hell is it? So I look on it. What it is for people for a workstation. You know, you got those electric tables that go up and down. You can sit and work on a computer
Yep.
or stand and work on a computer. This thing here, what it does, it hooks into there. It'll automatically go up or automatically go down or whatever. So you don't stay in the same position for hours. It buries it. I don't know. What the hell am I going to do with this fucking shit? Piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Like a fire. But, you know, like.
Well, it's so useless, Paul.
Yeah.
That's the reason they didn't even put in instructions with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's got a nice screen on it and everything else, but yeah, I don't know. It monitors your
Well, I'll
health.
tell you what you do is ask David there if there's any other secondary uses. Can you then change it over to a tablet or?
Yeah, so you can move your desk up and down and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's got some USB ports, but I can't see where it does anything other than if you had an electric desk. It's a health thing, so keep moving once in a while so you don't stand in one position and get
Yep.
cramp in your leg. I
Here
guess
comes Justin.
I get a free
Hi, Justin. Hi, Jim in the chat.
Ethernet cord with it.
Well, I read
And
about
an
it.
adapter I might be able to use on the railroad, but anyways.
Up,
Right, garbage.
David, Tim, Bill.
Hey, Tim Jackson
Bill.
and Bill from Newfound Drone Production.
Yes.
Yeah, so I had to stop
Yeah,
about
there's-
back in
there's a-
birdseed too. I was right out of birdseed down here.
What are you
That
typing?
to me is the height of a useless piece of electronic equipment that unless you were able to adapt some of it to do other things.
Yeah, like if you go like this, all of a sudden the keyboard disappeared because it would go down or it'd go up, right? The
Yeah.
electric moving desk.
What are you watching YouTube in your VR headset, Bill?
Oh, that'd be great.
He had a new VR headset coming.
Oh,
Mm.
really?
Yeah. Oh man.
Guess you gotta feed the dogs here once in a while. Tracy's looking around for something to eat. Well, I know. Find the dog dishes. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, he is watching it from his.
I got my new router here, Paul, my wireless router.
Oh, there you go. Vader, it cracks me up. Just
Yeah.
scurries around behind him. Oh. You've already had your dinner,
He said it's
had
nuts.
your pills. Just calm yourself down.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get one of those for the longest time, Bill. What's up, David? Yeah, I seen earlier, David, you got all your computer shit squared away finally. That's good. You just gotta wait for that refund to come in. Looks like you guys look full human size. How's that look, huh? How's that look? Huh, Bill? Huh? Huh?
Yeah,
I'll poke you right in your eye.
exactly.
Start your crap, Tim.
Yep.
Okay, me, I'll give you a little more shot. Looking for a little something special.
There, mine are fed now, they're eating away. Only got did about 10 minutes of cutting grass. I still got about 20 minutes more to do yet. Well, I did a bunch of weed whacking too, though.
You did weed whacking today?
Yep.
Well, how I can tell I'm losing my mind. I cannot figure out how to get my how to load new line into my weed whacker.
Oh, yeah.
I've tried every.
Oh, I hate putting new line in weed whackers.
Hmm.
Although there are some pretty innovative ones that don't
Yeah, they
really
got
take
them.
much to do.
They got the ones out now. You just take the line, run through it, and just keep turning that. It all comes back in. Some you put in, you hit a button, it goes in automatically. And
I like the ones where you just literally clip a new replacement in there. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
one piece like that.
yeah,
You just
Yeah.
clip it in, and after it's done, then you pull it out and pop another one in.
Hmm.
I hate screwing with a bunch
Well,
of wire.
it's been a while since I've been to places like Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. I seem to recall that you can get replacement heads and change it to however you want it to work.
You can,
Mm.
but if you're gonna do that, the best thing you could do is take your weed whacker into Home Depot or Lowe's. And that way they can look at it and tell you what's gonna work with it.
and like the weed whacker I got is on steel, but it's got the handlebars on it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they do have ones that like different heads you can buy that are
Yeah.
different loading processes and stuff.
Mine's
But
not
you-
that hard to load, but I got the only the one with it's got a strap so it hangs on you and then you just move it
Oh,
along.
that's too much.
Yeah.
What do you
I
got
used
say?
to, I used to
That's
have
an
them big ass
industrial
weed
weed
whacker
whacker.
too, but wow.
Yeah, but there's a lot of property here, so I
I've
couldn't believe
used
how tall the grass was when I got here. Holy mackerel. Grass is tall. But we've had all that heat and rain, but grass is growing like not bad weed.
All right, Bill.
Mm.
Well, my biggest problem is what I don't know. Maybe I just need to soak it in a bucket of water or something ahead. Cause I can't get it to turn at all, it's like
Oh, yeah.
dirty or.
Mm.
Yeah. What,
Might wanna oil it or-
I sprayed it with WD-40 and all kinds of stuff and that doesn't seem to work.
Okay.
Well, then you're probably doing something. You're probably not twisting it the right way then.
You're probably missing a step somewhere.
Gotta push
Well,
down.
it's got little clippies on the side of it,
Yeah, oh, that there, yeah. Take your screwdriver and push it, the clip in.
Mm.
Let me grab it, I'll show
Yeah,
you.
you should just be able to push it on the clips and pull straight up on it. Not using
But
a
sometimes you
screwdriver.
can't get your thumb in the little holes, right? I got some stuff on my supper, on my shirt from supper, yeah. Watching my dog here. Get back here.
There's a great video on YouTube. I know exactly
Yeah,
which
listen.
head he's talking about, Lynn, because mine was the same way. You'd push it on the two tabs on both sides and pull straight up on it. And then there would be a whole wheel of, it was just a whole replacement wheel that would go inside. At least that's the way
Mm.
mine was. You'd pull the wheel out, put a whole new wheel in there, just feed it through the hole, and then that was it. And you'd pop it right back on. Took like 2 seconds. What brand is it?
The Cobalt brand.
Let me see the head.
What is it? Walmart?
No, turn it around. The other way.
That looks
The
like
other-
one of the
the other
ones.
head.
That looks like, from Rona. Blue. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's different than mine.
Mm.
Got little tabs on the side you gotta push in to release that thing from Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
There must be some sort of clip or something you're missing.
Yeah, some of that, the base just unscrews sometimes too.
Is there a clip?
But if there's clips on the side, it should just pop straight up.
Yeah, it should just pop straight up.
Should and would, but
Mhm.
doesn't.
I'm gonna do it for you. Yeah.
I don't know, it's so runny today.
And see, you can't even push, you can push the center down, but it's really hard to push.
Yeah, but that's with your bumper. That's just for bumping. To put the line out. But there's gotta be clips on the side, one on each, right across from each other. Push in, well, you could usually push one and pop it and then do the other
Yeah,
one.
and
Pop it.
leverage the other one.
Hey, Lynn, how's it going?
And then,
Hang on, I'm gonna run it into some hot water, the head,
yeah,
because there's no electric in there.
Just get it a little more pliable.
mm,
Might go in a little bit easier if it was warmer.
yep,
Kubota.
Kubota.
Usually Kubota is orange, not blue. Because Rona sells one that's that dark blue.
I don't even know if you got a replacement head for it, though, Glenn.
No, you just gotta replace the cord. You gotta wind new cord in it.
Mm.
Well, that's what I'm saying on the, she said on the, I meant to say replacement spool. read the
Huh.
directions, but I don't even know if he got another spool for it.
Hey, he's gonna go ruin it.
Yep.
I use a little screwdriver, just pop it a little bit on each side.
That's
Something a little
what-
harder just to pop it. Easy drone dude, just put a lake out there. What the hell's that? Probably how to do
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Replace.
Probably.
Oh, it's a replacement spool only.
Place the string on your
Okay.
cobalt weed eater. Do this. Flip it upside down and press these two tabs. Replace the string on your cobalt weed eater. Do this. Flip it upside down and press these two tabs and pull off the cap.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so we are gonna go share screen. Right here. Hey, cool. This is it here.
Place the string on your cobalt weed eater. Do this. Flip it upside down and press these two tabs and pull off the cap. Find the middle of the string and thread it with the arrows by hooking it over this tab, and then just wrap this around until you're near the
Does.
end.
There we go.
There are two sides. You want to put the grooves down with this little collar on top, and you want to slip it back over the cap until you get nearly to the end. Goes up like this. They go in the spot.
Pop of
Make
that.
sure they
He made it seem to come off pretty damn easy.
Yeah.
His look just as dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boy, it looked like Paul
Oh,
kept trying to
replace the
twist it.
Huh?
Mm.
Instead of pulling up on it, he looks like he keeps trying to twist
Yeah.
it. like-
Yeah. There seems to be two clips on the side.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I noticed that every
Clip
time he
one
was
and then you fiddle with the other one.
I noticed every time he was playing with it though, he was trying to twist it instead of pulling straight up on it.
Who, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
JDS.
looks like that weed eater's done.
Huh?
Looks like that weed eater's never getting used again.
Yeah.
Let's buy a new one with a brand new spool in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, JDS?
Oh, there it is.
JDS.
Hey, JDS.
He's first.
Even Lynn says she can do it, eh?
Oh, whatever, JDS.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Mark out White. Hello. Oh, okay. That's good. Marie.
I like
Eddie?
my electric weed eater and blower. I just didn't like the frickin' the particular lawnmower I had was, I don't know, it didn't seem like it had that much power. What's up, Marie?
Weekend.
Mark, how's it going?
There you go, JDS.
Gonna be this weekend.
Oh, please don't, JDS.
Exactly.
Oh, like Dominic follows up with it. Exactly. Should come back,
Mhm.
JDS. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, so, did, that guy ever acknowledge you in the chat last night?
Not really, no.
I saw a bunch of people talking crap about him in the chat.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, because I sent you a message on Messenger last
Yeah.
night about it.
Freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he's still a
Well-
tiny channel.
Mm,
How the hell did he get on his show?
that's what I want to know.
And then he was talking about rules and all this other shit. I'm like, is this your first time y'all talk to anybody from Australia? Because you've had Australian pilots in the community for years, and if you
Yeah.
never have asked any of them to be on your show.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this dude that's been around for what, maybe a year? How long has he
Good.
been
I
around?
think 18. I reckon it's 18 months.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have him come on there and start talking about Aussie rules
Mm,
and professional flying and everything. Really, dude?
exactly. And I thought it was very interesting when he was when he was asked to discuss remote ID. He didn't know what it was.
Huh, interesting.
So I put in the chat. I said, there is a discussion paper on the CASA website that talks about a I'm trying to think of the right word. Consultation. There's a consultation paper.
There is plenty of other Australian pilots that have been around for years that they could have come
I
on
don't
there.
know why he hasn't had Dan Davis or
Matt.
Alan Major on.
Matt
They're
knows
the
a shit
big
ton
ones.
about editing. He's done professional work. He knows the rules.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, there's been tons of pilots that have been around this community for years that were from Australia. Could ask any of them to be on his show.
as I said, the two that I just mentioned, are the two big Australian ones.
How the hell do you not know what remote ID is, even if you're not from the US?
Exactly.
It's been the talk of the town for the last year and a half.
Mm,
Obviously, he doesn't watch other people's shit.
mustn't. I don't think he interacts with anybody either. So I found that very interesting.
Which makes me wonder how the hell he even got on Ken's show to begin with.
This guy seems to be good at pushing the boundaries and getting what he wants.
Oh, we were talking all kinds of shit about him last night. Me and Mars were.
Yeah, I went
On my
back
show.
and I went back and watched your stream because you finished just as I was about to get just as I was getting ready, because I had to listen to Tammy Jean on my phone because I had to do something for my brother. Then when I finished that, a mate of mine gives me a call and said, you want to catch up for something? I thought, oh, okay, I'll have a quick coffee, and by the time I finish with him, you'd be ready, you'd be still going. But just as I finished that, your outro was running, and I went, oh, bugger. Because that was when
Yeah.
that was when I finally got into a position where I could, crank the laptop up, and your outro was going. I went, oh, bugger. Because that really put a whole dampener in the whole day that I had to, one that distraction, and then my brother wanted something, and then because it's Friday,
Mark,
a mate of mine said, oh, let's get together.
Mark, I don't know what happened yesterday with that. We never did figure it out. I mean, but there has been other times where Zoom has done that on its own on other people's streams tons of times. So it could have been Paul. It could have just been Zoom that did it.
Yeah.
Did what?
Remember the stream kept going off yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
That's not the first time I've seen that happen on people's streams.
Oh,
Where Zoom has suddenly ended like that. It did to me like, what, 2 weeks ago, I started up a stream and it was on for like a whole 10 seconds and then it cut out.
oh.
Yeah, David, you saw his YouTube. Yeah, that dude. That was the one that was telling everybody. So back when Dominic only had a few subscribers, he told Dominic he wasn't big enough for him to interact with.
Yeah, and then
And he only had 70 something subs. Like this dude didn't even have over 100. Like, you fucking
Yeah,
kidding me?
but at the same time, then he carries on. Oh, you know, he says this to one of the Kens. Oh, yeah, it's all about networking and collaboration.
But yeah, if you're big, which means he's a clout chaser.
Yeah, I know. Been
If
saying
you,
that for a while.
that means he won't deal with anybody that's smaller than him. And probably you have to be significantly bigger than him before he'll
Well,
even give you
he's
the time of day. He probably would think my channel's too small, to be honest with you.
well, he's his pathetic channel is smaller than me. So I'm not.
Well,
We're not giving him any mat bumps. I'll tell you that now.
no, he got he's clout chasing to get people to sub to him.
Mm,
Because I bet you $10 he went on Ken's show last night, and I bet you about 30, 40 people went and subbed to his channel for no fucking reason, because they're not even gonna watch none of his shit anyway.
exactly.
They're just subbing to sub.
And if you've ever, I watched a few of his videos at the start. Nothing to write home about.
Happened on Gary's stream as well afterwards. What's Mark talking about?
You know, because I was on that, and he did say goodbye. But you know what Gary's like. He'll just end the stream at any strange amount of time. He played the outro and then started talking for a couple more minutes. Because when you play the outro, that's the end of the stream.
You know me, I got that attitude. I don't care who the hell's on. I'm gonna go live. I want to go live.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap who it is.
As I've always said, to a certain extent, yeah. But if it's someone that I want to be, someone I want to watch, or someone that I'll be on the panel with, yeah. Because you know, if this person wasn't on heroin, I was gonna go on your show until Tammy Jean started up.
He got 485 subs. Yeah, wasn't he sitting at
Yay.
470 something last night?
Yeah, because he started the day at 419.
Who is it you're talking about?
Bloke by the name of Sean from Drone Down Under podcast.
Okay, so what happened, Murray, was about a year ago, right?
February last year.
He told at the time Dominic had like a few subscribers, literally just a few.
Yeah,
This dude had like what, 70 something?
it was 77 to 5 at the same stage.
And
Because-
he told Dominic he was too small for him to collaborate with.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, we get a lot of people coming in that want to collaborate with us." So
At
that was all
77
BS.
subs.
Yeah.
You get so many
I
people
didn't
coming
know,
in.
but I didn't know he had that amount until I got back home, and then
That's
checked
fucking
out his
hilarious.
channel and went 77 subs. You kidding me?
We get a lot of people. Yeah, we're just beating off the advertisers
Yeah.
and everything with 77 subs. We're just beating them
Oh,
off.
yes.
Takes all kinds, you know, there's arrogance and then there's ultra arrogance.
Well, imagine if somebody like that actually had 1 million subs. Oh my God. You talking about super arrogant?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah,
I know me
exactly.
and Matt joke
Exactly,
about that
Curtis.
shit, but
Yep. Let's settle this in the WWE style ring. Yeah. I'm up for it.
what do you mean nobody's watching the chat, Tim?
Nobody's what? No, nobody is reading the chat.
I'm over here working on my. Sorry, Tim.
But as they always say, it's good to be a nobody because nobody's perfect.
Oh, hell. Because you know why Tim's getting pissed? You know
Why?
what I didn't do again?
Put the
What?
link in the chat.
Put the link in the chat.
Oh,
Bitch.
yeah, there's where the hell is it?
Who the hell is it?
Did he say
Oh,
somewhere?
okay. Hey, Paul, I got a video here how to do what you're doing.
Sarah?
Coleslaw wrestling?
Yeah. But if you're gonna if you're gonna get into something, you've got to heavily interact with people.
What's the point, Tim? He was cleaning it off anyway.
Because you've got to know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, you can't interact with people. Hey, Maddie. Maddie's part of the 1K club as well. Hey, Maddie.
Yeah, calm down, Tim.
Yeah.
Calm you, relax yourself, Tim.
You know what pisses me off? Right next to where
Everything?
where I put in something, I've got this freaking emoji there that's a heart.
Hey, everybody has it.
And
Good luck with it.
I can't, like I put that in that pin, I couldn't pin it because that heart's over top of it.
Yep, you gotta, I had to do that the other day, so I had to put in the chat.
Yeah.
I was trying to pin somebody's comment,
Yeah.
and so I had to write in the chat a couple of times just to get it to move up so I could hit the three dots.
So
It's
how do
right in
I,
the way.
I want
the only
that,
one.
I want that to get that the hell off of my computer. How the hell do I get rid of that shit?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
None of us have found
Hold on,
that
hold
out
on.
yet.
Let me look it up and see if anybody's figured out a way.
There must be
removal.
someone that's figured out.
YouTube. I think somebody said the other day there was a way to do it.
Hey, Paul.
I've got the chat popped out,
Paul.
and
Yeah,
I haven't got it.
Okay, can you see this yet?
hang on.
Let's get to the weed whacker. Let's get to the whippersnipper
To
first.
replace the string on your cobalt weed eater, do this. Flip it upside down and press these two tabs and pull off the cap. Find the middle of the string and thread it with the arrows, hooking it over this tab, and then just wrap this around until you're near the end. There are two sides. You want to put the grooves down with this little collar on top, and you want to slip it back over the cap until you get nearly to the end.
Wait, hold on.
This.
I think I figured it out.
Make sure they go in
Okay.
the spot.
Let's see.
Make sure they snap in.
Yeah.
That's kind of helpful, Paul, but my hub isn't the same as that.
Customization.
But thanks.
Yeah.
I think I got it figured though. I'm only gonna have one line out right here.
Oh,
And the hell with the other thing.
oh,
Because the hub is designed, you put it through and it only puts it onto one reel. You can't put it over to the other reel, you know?
Okay.
Mm.
Interesting. So all the whippersnippers I've seen have two on it.
Well, one will spend good enough to get what I need to get, but thanks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Justin, did you figure out how to get rid of that annoying?
I'm looking now. Hold on.
Some friggin' princess figured out how to do that, I guess, because who the hell wants the heart emoji, you know? When was the last time you ever used the heart emoji?
Oh, I use it all the time. Not.
Damn bastards.
Jesus.
Well, I don't have it, and I've got the chat popped out. So there may be something I'm doing right, but I do have it on my phone.
okay.
Because unfortunately the video I'm watching is somebody that's not monetized, and my thing is different. So.
Well, I'm not monetized and I don't have it.
I don't have that heart emoji.
Well, there's a way to toggle it off and on in the settings. So there may be a reason.
They do.
What it does is when you put your over the heart, you got a smiley face. You've got
Yeah, yeah.
and at 100 and
I don't have any of that.
Me neither.
Yeah, I wonder
most
if
of the third world countries don't, but hold
It's just for big shots,
on.
not like me.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah. On my phone I do, but everything else I don't.
hey,
Yeah,
can you
see, I
guys
have it on my.
guys see
PC
it?
too.
Yeah, I see it.
see it right there?
Yep.
So if I go try, let's say I want to do something with Marie, okay? I can't click on the buttons at all until Marie moves up.
Yep.
Like, what the hell?
Exactly.
can't you put your thing over it, right click it and get rid of it or no?
No.
No, it says open image, save image, copy image, edit image, create or code to this image, search the image.
Yeah.
Huh. No delete or fuck all there, is
Chat
there?
Nope.
reaction, maybe. It's called chat reaction in this dude's video. I don't see it anywhere in my studio. Live reactions under customization.
Stop
I
sharing.
don't see that anywhere under mine. But like I said, when you get monetized, your YouTube studio changes a little bit.
Mm.
The layout's not exactly the same.
But it's the most annoying thing. It's the only emoji image on my desktop
Yep. You're
Let
not
me
the
try
only one.
settings.
is the heart. Does it, Justin, does it say you can add add something to it?
No.
Yeah, it's Hot Rod.
Hey, Rod,
Hello.
because
Welcome to
if I could add another emoji to it, it'd be that.
That one, yeah. That's the emoji that I'd love to have there.
There's gotta be some kind of response that you want to put on there for emojis or something. You like it or something.
Do you have that, Rod, on your home screen?
No, but I
Bottom
think that
right-hand
emoji
corner.
exists.
Over on the chat. No, but over on the chat. Like put whoever's up. Like right now, Marie S is made a comment. Try to click the three dots next to Marie S down to the bottom.
So I can, but
Got
I
a
don't
damn
have it.
heart emoji on mine.
Hold on. Let me go to the thing and I'll chat with somebody from YouTube and find out.
No, mine says go to channel report or block on the three dots. I don't get no heart, no nothing.
Well, it's always it's a floating emoji.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
Yeah.
you've got to wait till it floats past, and then you can go ahead and click on the three dots.
yeah.
Actually, you could just click on the emoji.
And then just keep hitting it.
Yeah, if you hover over it, it gives you the list.
I don't have it.
Me neither.
You know, it was one of the more annoying things that they added.
Yeah, so is this whatever the hell this dude's video is showing? I can't find it anywhere in my settings.
Mm.
I went through everything.
As I said, that especially happens on my phone.
You know, why didn't they stick it down at the bottom where it says add reaction and just stick it next to that
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
instead of in the fucking chat window?
Yeah, right next to the ad.
You know why? Because there's dumbass developers that don't know their head from a hole in the ground.
Yeah, because if I go down to reactions, then I can hit an emoji, but if I hit 3 dots, that just gives me more. But see reactions. I have to go down to the bottom to reactions to get those emojis.
Mm,
And you
Well,
know what, the
wondering-
more even, you know what, the even more stupid part
That's
about
on
the whole
Zoom.
thing
That's got
is?
nothing to do with YouTube though. 'Cause that's
Now,
on YouTube.
if I sit here and hit the emojis, do you guys see them on your chat?
It's
No, I
a
don't see it on
YouTube
mine.
thing on their webpage.
You only see it on YouTube.
No,
But
I'm
I
saying
think
you don't
it's a-
see that
it's a-
right now?
Hey, Rod,
No,
it's
I
a
don't
Google
see it.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
own YouTube.
Yeah.
The
I
the
just
worst
don't-
part about it is positioning with different screen sizes and all that kind of crap.
Yeah. So
They should have
you
stuck it
can
someplace
browse
where they
them.
had empty space already instead of sticking it where
Like
Yeah.
it's gonna overlap.
like across, just below the line that says where you type in your chat, you know, you got. a whole
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah,
space.
yeah. You got the ad reactions. They could have just stuck it right next to
Yeah.
that.
I have a
Stick it next to
feeling
that.
that this isn't good. They're gonna end up fixing that pretty quick because there have been a
Yeah.
lot of people complaining about it.
It's
all
an
these years.
annoying piece of shit, and the developer that thought about it needs to be hit with a hammer for being blind.
And then escorted out of the building.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. It just, I've been in this industry for 30 years. The dumbass
Yeah.
things developers do sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, are you even a user? Or are you just like playing around, having fun?
Exactly.
Half the time they're just playing around, having fun, some dumbass excuse. And it's like,
Or they want to
Yep.
draw attention to themselves. Look what I did for us. Ooh,
yeah,
look at me.
exactly. I hate that crap.
Yeah, that's true, Mark. Yeah, on the phones, you don't really need the 3 dots. But if you're on
Exactly.
your PC running a live stream, and Paul had the same issue I did, I had to literally type in the chat the other night twice to get it to move up so I could hit the 3 dots. I just put random shit in the chat. I was like, hey, hi, just to get it to move up so I could get it to I could click on it. It's super annoying.
Yeah, you know, it's like, why would they give you the 3 dots,
Mm,
Rod and Justin and everybody? Why would they give you the 3 dots, the ability to use the three dot function,
yeah.
and then
How
not
do you remove it?
able to use it for that?
Well, let's face it too, right? The 3 dots should actually be right over here
Mm,
next to the name.
Yep.
Not all the way over here, because see, when you got your chat popped out on a screen, you gotta
Yeah.
go over here just to hit the 3 dots on somebody's name.
Yep.
Exactly.
Again, the UI guy needs to be shot.
But I would have
Yeah,
put the 3
I've
dots right
checked them,
here.
Mark. I see the problem.
As a
See,
guy
like,
who's
if I
been in
wanna-
this industry forever,
Now look,
this is
if I
one of
wanna-
those junior developer issues.
now look, if I wanna click those 3 dots, I can't do it because that stupid thing pops up, but you can see the 3 dots right there.
And again, the problem's even worse because depends on all the screen sizes.
Yep, I see that, Mark. But how do we solve the problem?
Like I said, that one, I've only seen
Bitch
one
at
video on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, send feedback to YouTube and complain about it.
Well, it's funny because I've got ad block on mine, and apparently there are 2 filters also work with ad block plus. Just testified and verified it. So
And
It-
careful with ad block. YouTube's
Yeah.
shutting people's channels down if they find out you're using it.
I don't have it. Yeah.
That was something they were talking
doesn't
about a
have it
couple
yet.
weeks ago. They're threatening to shut people's channels down if they catch you using ad block.
Yeah, because that's revenue to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the ad blocks on the Google extensions don't work anymore.
No, that's good.
YouTube's blocked them from being able, YouTube can detect whether you're using them now.
Oh, it's called the
Yeah.
Google police.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you gotta think from Google to YouTube, that's an entire sphere that's owned by one company.
Exactly.
Was it what's the name of their parent company?
Alphabet.
Alphabet.
Yeah, Alphabet.
Well, they say to turn off distraction, disable GIFs in YouTube in the chat. Disable GIFs in chat pop-ups, big emoji reactions.
Well, how do you do that?
I don't know. I'm
I
trying
mean,
to
it's nice of them to tell you, oh yeah, just go here. We don't tell you where it is. We don't
Tim, that
tell you
was
how to
the-
get there.
Tim, that was the one I was just watching.
Right click on the emoji and inspect and hide the element.
Okay, let's try that then.
Try that thing.
I tried that. I didn't see it.
Well, you have to go to
Yeah.
inspect. It came up for you, Paul. And hide element.
Okay. So once somebody moves, then I can, well, see. Soon as I put my finger on that emoji, it brings up all the emojis.
Mm.
But if you right click it, you came up with that other one though, Paul.
Inspect.
Yeah, inspect. Click on that one.
Yep. And it gives me a whole rash of bullshit.
Okay, is there one called hide element?
No, it gives me the actual, here, I'll show you. Screen share.
Yeah, there's probably a checkbox in there. It's showing you the code behind it.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
code.
It just deleted all.
Oh, no.
Just delete it all.
Yeah, that'll be the line.
Too bad it's coming from the server, so.
Yeah, I know. Can't even edit it either.
And
Yep,
see
back-
up here,
back in the
there
day.
isn't any, it's got welcome. Elements, which is what that is.
Yeah,
And that's the only choices you have.
yeah, back in the day.
Click on the elements, see if there's a hide elements.
Elements, okay. Well, it's highlighted now. Click on it
Yeah,
again.
but yeah, there's a little the triangular bit.
I got it.
Good.
Okay, so go to, click on elements at the top. Well, no, you could.
Okay, I bring it.
Go to
it
the
over.
heart,
So this is what I did
And
here.
into
on
the
this
heart
thing.
again.
right click, Paul.
So you see this?
Yeah.
So I clicked on elements, it highlighted the specific area. There was 3 little dots here. You clicked on the 3 little dots right here where that circle's at,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it said hide element. Now, I don't know whether it actually worked. Let's see. Let me
Does it?
refresh this chat real quick. I might have to go back in the chat and see. Hold on. But you might have to do that every single time, which is gonna be really annoying.
mm,
That might not be a permanent fix.
yeah. uh,
No, it's still there. That didn't do shit.
mm. No worries, JDS.
JDS, he's the one that knows everything. What's the answer,
Yeah.
JDS?
Yeah,
He
he'll know.
barely knows how to turn his computer on.
Actually, the one you should have is Dave AZ. He probably,
Yeah, it's still there.
No.
Oh, so what it did was it only hid one of the emojis. Look at this, watch. I just figured this out. I went in and redid it again.
There's probably multiple lines in there.
See, look
Yeah.
at
Ah,
that. One
okay.
emoji disappeared. So we gotta
So-
figure out what actual code is for the entire bar.
Yeah,
you click on, go back to element again. Like,
element, and then just keep going line by line then.
There must be 300
Oh,
lines.
collapse button. Hold on, collapse button.
It's gotta be at the top.
Yeah, because there's obviously
Okay.
Right, the box
bit of code
itself.
Ah.
that actually designs
No.
the whole thing. Because then
Fuck you.
there's the subroutine below it.
Hold on a sec. Let me look.
It's a little bit, it's HTML, so it's gonna be higher up in the, it's gonna be higher up in the code.
Yeah, because it's obviously calling something from higher up.
Right, yeah. The actual text box that all those elements exist in
Yeah, is rendered earlier.
is rendered
Somewhere
earlier,
else in
and
the
that's what you
code,
need
yeah.
to dis,
You need
that's
to
the
turn that
element
one
you
on.
need to disable.
I just figured it out. Where is it? It's gone.
Yeah, there you go.
But is that going to be every time?
I don't know. I could go back out and then
Open
come back out
YouTube in
and
another in another tab.
Yeah.
So where was that at?
Well, just give him a
Uh,
minute, Paul. You're still working on it.
Oh, is that? Damn it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna think too, David, because like you guys are saying, or like, being server based is probably gonna reset every time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
'cause it-
is.
When
It
it sends
is.
back to server.
Yeah, see, when I pull up Paul's channel again on YouTube, it's back there.
Comes,
So
yeah,
you-
David
But
said,
I know what line it is now, so it's not, it's something that I could do in just a split second every time.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Who the
the,
hell wants to do that?
yeah, that's the point, Rod. Why the hell should we have to screw with what you're
I just,
screwing with
now I
us?
just gotta figure out how to block Murray's box.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah.
said something you can do something a night bot too, eh?
To block that?
Yeah. I was reading an article.
I'll have to look into that. Cause Nightbot would automatically do it on its own every time then.
It's becoming self-aware.
Yeah, he's a
Well-
bit of a prick sometimes.
Yeah. I'd still love to know.
Well,
How-
AI, if you're listening,
Yeah. As I said, I'd still love to know how Ruland
David's a stupid developer.
did the
who thinks it's
Nightbot
nice.
thing. Because every time, remember when every time Nightbot would say click, it would set off Ruland's Nightbot.
Hmm?
Lost your paper.
The what? Oh, that. Yeah, it's from the car wreck.
I'm getting around to it.
The insurance company just hasn't settled with them yet, that's all.
Oh. Okay.
They're working on it.
AZ, I kind of agree with you. He says YouTube does lots of stupid things. That's just one of them.
Yeah,
I did one
you
of
could
them.
have a
Yeah.
huge list of stupid things.
Here's a fresh chat. Spec. Now, the one that I did was the,
Yeah, because there's the
uh,
yeah, you can see the 4 reactions. Expanded buttons container, hover area. Reaction. Yeah.
There's no delete. There's no delete there though.
so technically, if we did that,
So every time
No
it
way
comes,
of saving it though.
every time
gone.
it comes up,
can we save it?
That's what
So
I mean.
this-
If you could save it, that'd be great.
Yeah,
No,
I
'cause
don't
it's all
think it was
gets
a-
gone now. It's just that
Yeah.
one line you gotta find. I was able to find it, so now I know which one it is. the
yeah,
control.
but now if you reset
hey,
it,
Justin, hit refresh on the web page. I bet it comes back.
No, it will. That's why I said I pulled up a new chat to try it again.
No, just hit
Okay, Tim.
refresh. Just hit refresh on that one.
and see what happens on the page you're working on.
Yeah, because if it's a server side, it might send it back to you.
It will.
See it, Tim?
There's no way to refresh the pop out chat. It doesn't have a refresh button.
No, refresh YouTube. Or just refresh the page.
Yeah,
Ah, here we go. Yeah, it's back.
Mm-hmm.
told you.
Because it's server side.
Yeah,
So
Okay, so it's
It
the
sends it
hover
back to you.
area.
AZ, take it off. He's got to go to a meeting. So see ya
Okay.
there, AZ.
Okay, AZ.
bye-bye.
Yeah, if there was definitely a way to
Save it.
save it, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's the other thing that bothers me. It's just been happening lately. Is okay, I just switched back from my Zoom meeting to my I'm gonna share screen. Okay.
Collapse children. That's one of the options in the.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's my regular home screen on YouTube.
Yeah.
Look at how it's 2 minutes and 37 seconds behind. Every once in a while, I'll come back and it'd be like 12 minutes, 15
Yeah,
minutes.
it's because if you actually put it on mute,
It
it will
pauses it.
stop.
Why do you even have that
Can't-
pulled
you
up
can't have it.
anyway?
Yeah,
Because
why
that's
is that
how I get
even
my
up?
chat.
Yeah, just hit the three dots and pop your chat out. You can get rid of that whole
Pop the
crap.
chat out.
You don't
What?
need all that. Hit the three dots at the top of the chat.
Up here?
Hit, yeah, and hit
Yeah,
pop out
that
chat
one.
You
Hit,
pop out chat.
Pop out.
Paul.
and get
Okay,
rid of the
good.
YouTube altogether.
Okay, now
and then
check
get rid of the
YouTube now.
YouTube.
There's nothing to see here. We
Oh,
pop
you've
no,
got to
there's
go,
another
you've got
box.
to find that page when you go up to window.
Now close out YouTube, hit the X.
Close that YouTube and it should still be there. Now close the browser.
Close it all together.
uh
The little X at the top.
up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Exit up in the right top, Paul.
Right.
Upright.
Sorry, it's the right. The right for you because you're using Windows.
All right, you see the little pop out chat?
Yeah.
You don't have to have YouTube and all that pulled out. I
Mm.
thought you knew how to do that.
Well, yeah, but you can't move it.
Yeah, you can.
I'm just
Grab
trying to move it now. It won't move across
Okay,
my
then what you
screen.
need to do is you need to
You have to go up to the
bring
top
up full
bar.
screen.
Top of the bar, Paul.
Yeah, okay. I'm at the top of the bar.
Hold
Okay.
down on your
You've got
mouse
to
button and
do it,
drag
but
it.
it's not maximized. You've probably maximized it. You need to minimize it.
I'm
just-
trying, Lynn.
A little bit smaller.
Yeah.
The middle one, not the little one, minus. The one of the two boxes.
Should be
Oh,
the
good.
one. It should be a, well, I can't tell you because I'm using an Apple. I can't comment. Because it's usually just you hit the green one, but yours on the other side.
Even at max lights, I can move mine around.
Okay, so David's saying that the reason why some of you guys don't have it is because
Steve.
YouTube's testing it with a limited number of channels.
Oh,
So you damn right, I'm making a complaint and saying, get rid of that crap. I don't want it.
Yep,
What's up, Steve?
Steve.
but see, Paul, here's my chat, the top chat, whatever. But yeah, you can do all kinds of things, but I was moving it around a minute ago, but can't because I'm sharing it right
How
now.
to block, what is that other, the night, how to block, what is that?
Nightbot.
The screen behind the screen, it says how to block and then it was covered. It was underneath.
Oh, oh, it was underneath, was it? You gotta bring it forward, yeah.
That was in your screen. Your
Oh,
share.
my screen, yeah, oh, okay. But hey, why, see, if I go. See, I got another screen up, because how to block emojis. But see, I can grab this and I can move it over to the other screen wherever I want to do it.
Hmm.
I can put it to a different, wherever I want, right? Like this one that's in behind, I can get rid of it altogether.
Okay, but go back and show me the how to block, okay?
Oh, that was just an article he was reading about. Nightbot.
That was just something I was reading.
Yeah, but
That didn't tell me.
did you see the first line, Paul?
Yeah,
It says this will be eliminated in 14 days.
oh, I don't know.
Apple is really awkward to watch YouTube
That it?
on the pips.
I've never had that problem.
Mhm.
But David was reading YouTube's limiting the number of accounts that are actually using that emoji thing. So
Well,
that
that's
might
weird.
be why some of you guys don't have it.
Yeah,
Well, good. Hopefully they get enough complaints back saying it's crap.
yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me if it just wasn't in the way of something else. Like if it was just on its
If
own
they,
little
yeah, all
thing.
they have to do is move it from that corner.
Yeah, if it was moved
Put
somewhere
it
else, it
next,
wouldn't
put
really
it
bother
next
me.
to the actual chat box itself rather than on top of it.
Hey,
Well,
Paul,
and the other thing too is, according to what David says, as I'm understanding you guys and what David is saying, is they're doing limited to see what reaction they get.
Yeah, they're doing like beta testing on
Then-
limited amount of
Then
accounts.
let the people that are part of the test have a way to get a hold of you and tell you you're an asshole.
Yep, agreed.
Well, you can report a problem and write them a little thing. Just tell them you don't want it.
Right,
I can
right, right.
actually.
And as soon as some little douchebag person says it's negative, okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it gets filed in the bin.
Oh, I'm gonna
But just
write.
say this, whoever the UI guy was needs hit
Hey,
over the head.
Steve. Hi, Steve.
Like I said, it really wouldn't be a big.
They
issue
knew
if
it
they
was a
just moved
problem
it.
before they released it. Why they released it that way is another moronic thing.
Yeah, just moves the code so that instead of being in the chat box, it's actually where you type your chat.
I guess we can all say hello to Steve. SC Aerials.
Yep.
Who let him in?
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so check this out, Rod. So I blocked the elements for all of it, right?
Yeah.
But it's still technically there. You just don't see it
Mm.
Yeah.
because it still won't let me click the 3 dots on the bottom thing. But I've blocked every element pertaining to it, every single one. But for some reason, it's still like it's there, but
No,
it's not.
you blocked the icons. You didn't block
You block the
The
icon, you
box
didn't block the actual.
that the icons are in.
Yeah,
Let
because
me
you have
see.
to block the actual container then. You might have to go back to a further step where the actual container is rendering.
Taylor.
The answer is, it's just dumb.
Yeah,
Okay, there. it is.
Anybody that's been around UI development would
Yeah.
have known that. So whoever the idiot is that did this needs to be demoted.
exactly.
Eliminated.
And not to mention, like last night, not only David, but Mike Nitrain were both having issues with my chat. Mike kept trying to type shit in the chat and it kept erroring him out
Yeah,
and he had to
that
keep
seemed to be-
refreshing it.
yeah, that wasn't entirely exclusive to your chat. I was in other chats and I was typing in the chat and it had come up as error.
Yeah, and then David kept chatting in the chat, but it kept coming up as gray, but it wouldn't actually show anybody else that he was typing anything, but it would pop into
Mm.
the chat as really light gray.
Mm,
And
there's something
Peace.
actually wrong with that chat box then,
yeah, and
because as I said, it happened on other channels.
let me see. He sent me a photo of it last night. I'll show you what it was doing. Let's see. If I can find it here. So right here is what it was doing to him last night.
Mm,
So he kept just putting,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sending my garbage K57 to Justin. He was joking around in the chat, but he had to type it like 6 times before it
yeah,
finally went
yeah.
through.
As I said, that happened to me on another chat.
And then Mike sent me a screenshot of his. Let me see here. And this is what his was doing last night. So
Yep, as I said, it wasn't exclusively to your channel because I was on. That happened to me on Ken Heron, and then that happened also on Tammy Jane. So it's 2 different. That's 3 different chats now.
if you're being serious, JDS, and your chat's being removed, it's YouTube. It ain't anybody.
Yeah,
on
there's
the channel.
something wrong with YouTube.
Their chat's been completely screwed up the last couple days.
Yeah, it's cooked. So it's not just you.
And the easiest
Like
way
I'm
to tell
saying.
if your message didn't go through on the chat, if you're on your phone, is click out of the chat and then go back into it. And if it disappears, that means that it didn't go through. Nobody
Yeah.
saw it. If it's still there when you click out of the chat and go back in, that means that everybody should have seen it.
Mm,
What's up, Steve?
And I guess to be
What's
fair,
up?
Dominic,
Hello, gentlemen.
you know,
was that?
to be fair, the dev guy could have had it in the right spot. and
Yeah.
some other dev added some new code. And so it moved it
moved
where
it.
it was in the HTML.
Mm.
Shit like that
Yeah.
happens quite frequently with UI elements. Where
Yeah, I
something gets
know.
moved because somebody else added some additional
Yeah,
code.
put something, yeah. Yeah.
So now it's no longer in the position that the guy wrote it in. It's now been moved because the other code is now there.
But you'd think with that amount of programmers that have version control though, so they know that,
You would
That's
think their
what they're doing.
QA people would fucking see it before they released it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been
That's
Ron,
what
come
Q-
on.
Yeah,
on.
I know, Steve. That's too much to ask.
there. Yeah, I know.
Quality control flew out the door in the computer world over probably close to
I
15
wonder if
years
YouTube
ago.
even knows this got put on their platform. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even know about it.
My computer is so screwed up now.
Did they ever remove the Pride Month emojis?
Hey, Paul, that's what hammers are for.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, good.
Surprised they didn't leave them on there permanently.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Let's see if it works. Let's try it. I'm gonna try a screen share. Share. Okay, when I go down here, what I'm looking for is this. And it
I'm
comes
not a
up.
super mod, JDS. I can't remove your shit.
Yeah,
Sarah only, buddy.
only Sarah can do that.
For all you know, Steve, it was some developer in India that actually wrote the code.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know that one.
Because of how much shit is outsourced to India.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, you better
gotta-
believe it.
Oh, you gotta
Tons,
turn that dark theme on.
tons of crap is outsourced to India development.
India, and what surprisingly people don't know is how much is outsourced to the Philippines too.
Yeah, now, yeah. A lot
And
of
Romania,
lot
and
of,
Romania,
virtual assistants and telemarketers.
Romania for Eastern Europe.
Because I had a guy that's part of our boating community here. He was subbing a lot of his website designs out to either India or to the Philippines, and this is
Yeah, that doesn't.
this is
surprise
like
me.
2000 and I want to say 2007,
Yeah,
2008.
2006, 2007, yeah.
JDS has got a lot of message retractions too.
I think he did that himself.
Okay.
Yeah,
JDS is special. Special little guy.
Yeah, because when someone deletes a message, it's message retracted.
Now, Steve, do
If a
you have the
moderator
little heart
deletes it,
emoji
it'll
over
stay
top of
moderator
whatever just
delete.
is first in line?
yeah. That started actually about
That's
2
a-
days ago for me.
Yeah, from what David was saying, it looks like it's a beta testing right now with it.
Another
So we're-
question.
If let's
What
say
browser? What browser?
yeah, what browser you?
I use
I'm
Google
using-
Chrome.
Firefox.
I've got
Google.
Firefox.
I
Google
use
Chrome.
that because of my web programming. I mainly use Firefox.
Okay, so it's
I'll-
not browser. It's not.
It's not
It's
browser.
not
is it?
browser exclusive.
Yeah, because I'll double check across other browsers in Chrome and
The
Edge.
server side includes a
Edge
feature
is
that
Chrome because Edge
Yeah,
uses Chromium.
gets sent.
Yeah,
The code gets sent from YouTube.
but there's quirks between the two of them.
Yeah,
Not between Edge and Chrome anymore because it uses Chromium,
mm,
which is Chrome.
Right.
You guys talk way over my head. This 71-year-old guy is way out of it.
Hey, I'm not far behind you. I'll be 70 this month.
Well, you're doing a lot better than I am.
Well, I'm kind of like with Rod here. When our high school, we received a computer from for those of you who remember in the old days, there's a company called TRW Systems. The
Yep.
test site was right here in San Clemente, where I
Oh,
went to
cool.
high school with. They gave us our first computer, a Raytheon computer with a keyboard. And punch tape. Well,
Yay.
I was the fastest typist and the most accurate typist, so guess who got stuck doing most of the programming?
Mm.
You wanna know what I coded on the first thing?
What?
Trash 80.
Oh, wow.
Color, was that a color computer or just
No.
original
The
Model 1?
original Trash 80 with 8K of memory and a cassette drive for storage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had the Trash 80. I had a Model 2 with the 8-inch floppy disk.
It wasn't mine. It was a schoolmate of mine. It was his.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's-
it had a whopping 64K of memory in it.
Yes. I remember that.
yeah, the original only had 8.
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about the Raytheon that we had.
Oh, gotcha.
And this thing was probably, I want to say it, I mean, I'm trying to remember. It was the 14 to 16 inches, no, probably, yeah, 14, 16 inches wide, was 4 foot tall. It was as high, not quite, yeah, 3.5 foot tall, because it was as high as a keyboard.
Yeah.
So
And
here's
then
a trivia question.
The depth of it, it stuck out away from the wall about 3 feet,
Yeah.
in order to put this thing in there. And you
So
could
what-
just, if you were cold, you just go sit over there, man. That was a big heat sink.
Yeah. So what computer had the first graphics coprocessor?
The computer?
Is it
other than-
Apple?
What about
No.
what about
No.
the Commodore Amiga?
Right word, but it wasn't Commodore. It was the Amiga. The Amiga was the first one to have a graphics coprocessor on the motherboard.
Hmm.
Yeah, because that's one of the ones that I learned to program on.
Yeah,
Not
I had
just
Commodores, and I had the
telephone.
Commodore 64. and
JDS, I'm gonna boot you
Hey.
out of the chat. Keep it up. I'll sign into Sarah's account. Keep messing
Yeah.
with me. Keep messing with me, JDS.
Actually, I think my second computer that I programmed on was, I don't know whether it was an HP or Sharp programmable calculator.
Yeah.
You guys remember when Timex came out with a little calculator, computer calculator?
Hmm,
Yeah.
a lot of those existed.
Those
Sharp
are
had
still
them,
around in that
Sharp had them,
sticker spot.
HP had them.
Yeah, I had the TI, what was it, 91? I think it was.
Yeah, I don't even
Hmm.
remember anymore.
Yeah.
I
Holy
remember
crap,
the
that
TI
was so many years
I remember
ago,
the
Steve.
TI 48 and the TI 99. Yeah.
The
They
one I was
still-
programming on, my first computer to really program that was my own, was Atari 800 keyboard
Yeah.
setup. It would take the Atari gaming cartridges in it.
Yeah.
It was color. It would take the Atari gaming cartridges, and then you would take your serial port over to the floppy disk.
Good
Yeah.
old 8-bit days.
Yep.
VisiCal.
Yep.
Hey, we don't need more than 640K of memory, do we?
Exactly. Yeah.
New Social
And you'd
Security
run out of
card's coming.
memory every time. Every time you make a memory request, you'd always run out of memory.
Wow, the Social Security office is quick on the new Social Security cards now.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay.
I literally ordered mine, what was it, about a week ago when I ordered it?
Yeah.
And they said I'd get it within a week after they approved it yesterday.
Okay.
Wow.
They remember it used to take
Good to
like
see
6
that 2023 we have technology.
Well, think about if you took the power of your phone back to the 80s, bro, you'd have ran the
Oh.
world
Exactly.
and controlled on it. Could you imagine that taking that back to some IBM engineers back then and handing them a phone and say, reverse
Well,
engineer this?
Just remember that the Apollo spacecraft landing on the moon, that had 64K of memory on board that computer.
Yep.
Could you imagine bringing your Samsung back to then and just, that's the whole center console,
Well,
just
and that's
bunch
kind
of
of the
wires
problem
plugged
that
into it?
that's kind of the problem they had with Voyager and Voyager 2, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have to remember that's like early 1970s computer
But look-
technology that was
But
on
look
board
at
those
it,
things.
it's still sending back photos.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
It's still sending back data, you know?
Hey, Paul,
It
I'm
takes a
gonna
while
take
to
off.
get
I
it.
gotta go cut grass for a while, so.
Okay,
Okay.
Paul.
Sounds
Oh,
exciting.
see you guys.
Have a good
I
weekend,
gotta cut
Paul.
grass, so. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you in the morning.
He's gonna go kick
Okay.
some
Maybe
ass.
if we're still on, I should only take about 20, 25 minutes, maybe.
Oh, we'll be here.
So,
I
okay,
mean-
cool. See you in a while.
I mean, that damn helicopter's still flying on Mars. Way past the number of flights that they thought they were gonna get out of that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, they said so, well, you know, it'll only last like 2 years or whatever, and it's 7 years later, it's still around.
Yeah, look at the Voyager.
No,
though.
not the
Look how far
helicopter, not
that
the
is.
helicopter,
That's been sending
the
ships for
rovers, yes.
ages.
yeah, that's what we
when-
were just talking about, Justin, is how Voyager, how many, you know, look at how many decades. And it's
Yeah, that was
still-
what,
45 years.
1976,
77,
77? Yeah.
Well, and they said what it would be like another 60
September
or 70,
77.
60 or 70,000 years before it hits the edge of the universe. Or
Yeah.
the solar system.
No, it's outside our solar system now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Voyager
but it's
2.
gonna, yeah, to
It's
get
the
to the next,
galaxy. It's just
yeah, to
before it
get
hits the edge of the
to
galaxy.
Alpha
Oh, the
Centauri, it's gonna
galaxy,
be
yeah,
60 or
that I
70,000
would
years.
believe.
Cause it picked up some pictures of Pluto on the way out.
Yeah, Pluto and Arrokoth.
So it's actually beyond the heliosphere.
Yep, it's gone out.
Hard to fathom.
Exactly. And the amount of time it does to
Well,
send.
probably the
photo.
engineer that designed it isn't even alive anymore.
I'd say that.
Possible.
I'd
This
say
was
that's
the one-
probably, I'd say that's probably true.
This is the one photo that they said was the farthest we've ever taken a photo from. 'Cause
That
that's
was
Earth right there.
Voyager
that's us.
2. I think
Yeah.
Voyager 2 went past Voyager.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's the little dot of Earth right there.
Yeah, a tiny speck.
But that one was like, yeah, way the fuck out there.
Yeah.
When was that? What photo was that? When was it taken?
I want to say that was a couple of years ago,
You know,
but that was that was when it decided to swing around and take a photo of the Earth
Yeah,
and sent it back.
oh, that was, yeah. I was just wondering, because I know it did it a couple times, but that was a long time ago.
yeah, it would take a couple of minutes
Because
for
it's
it to.
moving at what, like 16 or 18,000 miles an hour,
Hmm,
but it just looks like it's like just putzing along.
yeah,
Isn't that crazy how fast shit moves through space? But when you're looking at it, it
because
just
we've got
looks
nothing
slow.
to compare it to.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It just looks super slow.
The only way you can compare that to is how they actually found Pluto. It's taking multiple images of the same location and then you plot it over. Because I know when I went up to Flagstaff, to the observatory up there, they had the original plates up there that were shot. And you look at it over the days of when they found Pluto up there.
Yeah, 1930. So 93
And-
years ago.
And that Hale telescope of a guy I know, it's a friend of mine. He went to school with the guy. It is his great uncle is the Hale that made the telescope and had.
I wonder if we'll replace Hubble someday.
Well, Hubble's been replaced.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
that
no,
weird-
no.
Webb.
I know that, yeah, you have to keep in mind that James Webb works differently than the Hubble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, will we do another Hubble? And put it out, kind of out there where the James Webb is, because remember, Hubble is looking at visible light where James Webb is not looking at visible
Well,
light.
I'm thinking instead
Infrared.
of,
Infrared.
I'm thinking instead of building another Hubble, we just build a one over there on the moon, you know?
Yeah,
Get another 250,000 miles out there away from the Earth.
send one to Mars.
You have to remember that James Webb is 1,000,000 miles out, so it's
Yeah.
way beyond the moon and everything else. On the moon,
Imagine
would
putting
still
an
have, you'd still
observatory.
have similar problems on the moon that you would on.
Yeah, but imagine putting an observatory on the moon, though. You wouldn't have the atmosphere to deal with. and all that.
Exactly.
Sure you do.
Yeah.
you still have it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have a cloud atmosphere.
You have to
and-
remember gravitation bends light, so you're still
And-
on an
and-
object that has gravitation
And heat and
and
cold,
heat and cold.
it
yeah.
deflects the image.
No,
Hmm.
technically no, because the moon doesn't actually rotate. So if you're gonna be on the dark side, you're always gonna be cold. If you're
Yeah,
on
but then the problem is pointing.
Yeah, we keep hitting problems.
You get reflection because I've been
right.
up to
All right, David.
Hawaii, up to the scopes up there, to the Keck Observatory up there. And I'll tell you what, I got a chance to talk with one of the astronomers up there. And I was asking him about being in a cold environment. Obviously, it's stabilized up there, but
Mm.
problem even in Hawaii, because everybody thinks, well, Hawaii's warm climate. Well, no, it snows up there and
Yeah.
snowpack and it freezes up there.
I know what you're talking about. I saw the movie Battleship.
What's that?
That's
Yeah.
what I know what you're talking about. I saw the movie Battleship. He said, we're gonna fire in Hawaii. He said, looks like it. Holy shit.
Hey, Z, I'm waiting for your response.
Yep.
So that's one of the things, beauty of the James Webb being out there where it is that it's almost at absolute zero,
Mhm.
which is great for all the devices that are
Uh.
on board that thing.
The movie's a classic.
Do you think that in secret places, they're working on time travel?
I don't know about time travel, but I would say sort of
Faster travel than we have today.
anti-gravitational kinds of devices, 100%.
Well, yeah, no, I was actually watching a couple scientists. I can't remember the older Asian guy that's the astrophysicist. And then there's the one black guy, I can't remember fucking names offhand. But they're the two astrophysicists or whatever. And they were talking about their beliefs on time travel is that we could go forward as much as we want, but going backwards would actually be the hard part. But I don't know. That was their theory on it. They think going forward, that would actually be relatively easy. It would just be going backwards is where they think that they wouldn't be able to do it.
You know, that and
I'd rather go forward anyway. I'd like to see what a technology would be like in 2,000 years. Could you imagine getting dropped into a like 2,000 years from now? Dude, you'd be so lost.
well, the sad part would be, Justin, unless you had an idea what was going on in that time period,
You
Oh, I'd
might
be-
go 2,000 years and there won't be anybody here.
nobody here, and it's just a bunch of lava, you know?
Well, it's a price you got to take, right?
Well, we know for a fact in 1 billion to 1.5 billion years, there won't be an atmosphere.
I mean, if we could jump
The
by
sun's
like
gonna
50-year
strip it.
increments, that'd be pretty cool.
The sun will go supernova.
It won't be supernova, but it'd be so bright that the solar rays, actually, I
Mhm.
was kind of reading it this morning. The solar rays will strip the atmosphere off the planet.
Because I saw an article, God, probably close to 2 or 3 years ago. And it showed it in time frames of elements of millions of years.
Mhm.
And then it showed how big it would be that it will get, before the sun goes supernova, it
Right.
will be, because if you've ever seen pictures.
The planet
I mean,
Earth will be inside of it.
Earth will be inside the sun
Yeah,
before it actually goes
because the
supernova.
red dwarfs grow.
Yeah. Well, Betelgeuse, that's the one that's actually thinking it may go supernova in our lifetime right now. They've been taking a lot of photographs of it, and it is really in an upturn. Because you got to remember, though, how far
It probably already did
happened.
by the time we see the light.
Well, I'd see, Mark, then I would jump by like 50-year increments. That'd be pretty cool.
I'll set it for just 1 year and come back. Because then I'll know about the winning lottery numbers, come back, buy the ticket and be done. I'll settle for the 500 and some odd million on the super lotto. This drawing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me. Like phasers, from fiction. We do have lasers, but we don't have handheld lasers yet that I know of.
We do.
Hey, the guys from DARPA have already said that they have tried everything from the Star Wars movies, and the only hint they would give you is it either worked or it didn't work.
Ah,
That's all. That's what that guy said from DARPA.
yeah.
He
That's pretty.
said we've tried everything from the Star Wars movies. Because people always ask about, oh, have you guys made lightsabers and all this stuff from the movies? And they said we've tried everything from those movies, and it's either worked or it hasn't worked. That's all he would say. And
Yeah.
he left it at that. So you don't know what the hell actually worked or didn't.
Mm.
Well, the biggest thing until we can have some form of energy that can be contained in a small package.
Well, the
There's no way you
problem,
can do it because lasers is too much power. I
well,
mean,
the problem is you could shoot a laser out right to the length of a sword, but you would have to have something on the other side to stop it.
Exactly.
Where
Yeah.
a lightsaber, there was no actual, nothing at the
It
end
had
of it.
its own dimension, yeah.
Yeah, it just would stop at a certain length. That's where that's where it would get.
my dad, this is decades and decades ago. This is when I was in high school. He was doing a lot of work for TRW Systems. As I mentioned, the test site that was out there.
Yeah.
Now, TRW Systems had tested the lunar land module was out there. I got to see that thing all over being tested before it was ever getting ready to go up into it. And all the landing rockets for the capsules for the Apollo were all tested out here. Well, we were doing some work in some buildings. And two of the wildest things I ever saw, you know, you're thinking ahead of time for lasers. We went in and their buildings were like, you know, like that corrugated steel aluminum, you know,
Yeah.
steel buildings. The
Yeah.
walls were all like that and it would divide it in sections. And so they'd be working on something here and then you'd come out, just go in and go around and in the other side and go in. Well, we had to run conduits that were running from one end of this thing to another. It was probably about 200 feet long. So I'm in there getting measurements and double checking because that was my job, was to start drilling all these holes for the conduit runs that we're going to run through there. And one of the guys from TRW comes out, he goes, "What are you doing?" I
That's
says,
true,
"I'm
Mark.
drilling from here all the way down to the other side." And he goes, "How high do you need it here? And where does it have to come out on the other side?" And I said, "Well, a straight level line from here all the way down." And he goes, "Well, you know, this building is at an angle." I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I want you to give me a measurement at the other side and a measurement of this side and come on back." So I went back, got the measurements of where it was. So I knew the spacings of how far apart I was going to need them. So it'd be a rack, you know, by Unistrut being holding it, and the rack would be on it. And he goes, "Okay, I want you to go down there. We're going to take this plate and I want you to put it on the last spot where you want that at." Then he says, "Okay, leave the building." All of a sudden I come back and he says, "Come on in." There it was, looking down the thing. Boom, laser
wow.
cut, everything all the way down. And this is in 1972.
Yeah.
And I'm
Or-
just sitting there just going.
Well, see, and that's the thing is Mark was right. We have handheld lasers, right? But there's no point to where you can adjust how far that laser goes out. It's just going to go until it hits something,
Mm.
right? So you can actually, I've seen people, you can go online right now and buy these Chinese lasers that lie about the specs, but they're actually way over.
You do
The
realize
output
that
they're
right
supposed to
now
be.
that the US Navy is installing lasers on the ships.
Oh yeah, because
They,
it's
they
actually
have them
super
on,
cheap.
they already have them on him now.
Yeah,
'cause it's
exactly.
super
That's what I'm
cheap.
saying. In the next, the goal, I think, is within the next 10 years to have them on everything. Also, the Air Force.
Yeah.
in all likelihood, the Air Force will have it on the NJAD, which is the 6th gen.
Yeah, and then they
Hmm.
also had it on that C-130, remember? The
Yep.
C-130 that they had the big ass laser all built into
No,
it.
that was a
with the big nose cone.
747 and there
They
was
had it
2
on
of
that, and
them.
they also had it on the C-141 they were testing it on too.
Hmm.
Before they retired them. But you know, we've got lasers that they've shot from here to the moon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because there's actually, they've left panels up there, reflective panels, so they could shoot lasers off of them.
Hmm.
When they went up there on the Apollo missions, they actually left them there. And they're like mirrors.
One of the projects my dad had to do is because of TRW. I mean, the amount of power they had coming in up there, and we were close to San Onofre, so we're on the grid where it is. They had 12,000 volts, which was unusual back at that time coming into that area. They had 12,000 on site distributed, but they had 28,000 coming in to the site. They ended up having to run, what was it, eight 4-inch conduits with 5,000, what they call 5,000 circular mil. So you've got equivalent to 400 amps. If you were saying at regular 480 volts, that would be a 400 amp. But this stuff was running at 12,000 volts going into this building, put in underground to go, I'm trying to think, about a half a mile from where the substation was to pick it up, take it over here and take it into this dome building. And then Camp Pendleton Marine Corps backed up against the station there. They ended up doing it for some tests there that they ended up tests up to the moon. I'm talking about, even back at that time, you were probably talking about $1 million to put this structures in. I'm not talking about the systems themselves, the lasers. They ended up testing it, used it for 2 months for testing. Boom, done. That was it.
Reagan's Star War era. Yeah, but the problem with Reagan is his ideas were way ahead of their time in the technology.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have never been able to pull that off.
Well,
back
we
then.
had
They just didn't have the
a
power to.
one of the foremen that worked for
Your mic is low there, Justin.
Oh, yeah, I had to pull it
Uh,
away from my mouth.
one of the foremen that worked for my dad, because up there, anytime they were doing any testing, the lights would go, the sirens would go off and everything, and you knew by the sirens when them going off of the countdown before they were going to do any testing. He was driving along the ridge and he didn't stop. The security caught him before he had gone any further, and he was carrying all this galvanized rigid conduit that was all PVC coated that was going in the ground for this laser thing. They were testing it on another one. He would have been driving across, it would have cut the whole entire rack drop and dropped it down onto the truck. All I did is I got a phone call, says, get out here now. We have him at the guard station. Come and get your truck. Never allowed back on the premises again.
Wow.
Because the laser would have cut him. It had killed him and taken the truck out.
Well, the thing too, the girl. Well, see, this is where I find lasers to be concerning, right? It's a good technology. I see why the military wants to use it, but it's such a cheap and by today's standards, it's actually a relatively easy technology that every other country is going to be using the lasers the same way. So I guess what's your advantage to disadvantage to another country? I mean, I guess how much power you can throw through the thing.
That's
I mean-
the whole thing with a laser. And what Rod was saying on these ships, on the new naval ships, it's not that they can't do it. It's that they had to eliminate a lot of stuff on these other new warships because they needed the power in order to power the
that's what they
laser.
should've
And
used
that's
the
one of the
Zumwalt
things
for.
on the Ford class aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
Is that it has enough extra power to put lasers on it, because they're gonna put lasers on that thing for
Well,
any-
there's no
any
reason why
aircraft.
they couldn't make a fucking a destroyer or even
They can, it's just that it
Nuclear
takes
powered.
so much fucking power. No, they won't use nukes on the smaller ships.
then
Uh,
why not? I mean, you
On-
make
on-
subs
on-
nuclear
Too
power.
too
Why
goddamn
couldn't?
too goddamn expensive.
On the ones
I-
that they're putting the lasers on, those are nuclear powered.
I would. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna,
Not
if you're gonna,
surface ships. The only
They're like-
surface
they're not-
ships
they're
that we
not-
have that are
they're not a
nuclear powered are the
destroyer.
carriers.
They're not a destroyer. There's
I,
I'm not
that's
The
what they should
Zimwalt.
agree.
a frigate
Zimwalt.
or
Yeah, there's
the
only two of
Zimwalt.
those, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, it's the destroyers, the Zimwalt and the
Well, the problem with the Zimwalt was that the weapons were so expensive. And
it was
advanced and all that.
designed to have the power to run the lasers. So,
yeah.
I heard they were retiring those.
No,
The
Because
cost the cost of maintenance them is through the wall.
no, the ones they want to retire are the LHCs. The Freedom class.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They should. To me, it'd be smart if you're gonna put lasers on any kind of like destroyer type ship or frigate or anything like that. You would think you would make it nuclear powered because you'd want as much power as
Justin.
possible.
You want to know why you can't?
Why?
It's a really easy answer. You know how many fucking bodies you have to train? And the procedures that you have, it's too goddamn costly and not enough nuclear engineers to put on enough of those ships. That's why they
Well, I'm
don't do it.
saying
That's why
you-
it's very, very limited.
Well, I'm
That's why
saying
it's
you
only
do
on
a
the
few
aircraft
ships
carriers
like that, not
and
not the
subs.
entire fleet.
Yeah, but you have to realize they don't want to put the lasers on a few ships. They want to put the lasers on all the ships, which is
I
what they're
just-
in the process of doing.
All I'm saying is they better have a hell of a generator. Better get two or three of
They
them Honda
do. They've been
generators.
putting the bigger power plants on them to generate that kind of electrical power.
They better
Yeah.
better.
The
get
other part
Hector.
of it, the other part of it is they've been shrinking the lasers down too.
Like I said,
Yeah.
they better get Hector to put.
They're
some-
They've
becoming
been
more
working on, they've
efficient.
been working on doing both at the same
They've been
time.
more efficient.
Yeah.
Alls I'm
Because when you're
saying-
talking about on a nuclear submarine, I know I got a chance to tour a Los Angeles class nuclear sub down here in San Diego. Go on board, my hands are on the torpedoes and inside there, because it has 6 upright bays for cruise missiles in the front of the Los Angeles class, but they can also put a cruise missile out through the torpedo tubes. And the only places we could not go and see was the actual
the command and control area.
sonar area. The screens are all cut. No, we got to sit at the helm and everything. I mean, we got to see all that.
Wow.
But the screen area, but you could not go down into a certain point going down towards the nuclear base stations. And on board, who was our tour guide, we were really for it. He was the senior nuclear officer for the submarine. So we got all kinds of, and this guy, 6'3", he'd be walking around and all of a sudden he'd just go to stand up. He knew where every spot was where he could physically stand up inside that sub. Because typically you're 5'9".
You know what's crazy too is so on the aircraft carriers, I was watching a thing about them the other day. And apparently there's a secret room within the aircraft carrier where it's actually like there's representatives from intelligence agencies that sit in there. And it's like a command and control center for intelligence agencies to run information through so they know like real time what's going on in different parts of the world. I was like, but like nobody's allowed to go in there. It's like top, like only the admiral.
It's kind
And,
of,
like,
it's
a
like the
handful of people.
situation room is in
Yeah,
in
but it's
the
got
White House.
representatives from like the CIA and the NSA and all these different agencies that actually are on board. You just never see them because they
But they're
have their
not
own
always,
little
they're
area.
not always on board.
No, I'm just saying they have their own little
Yeah.
area in the ship though.
Yeah. It's a secure, it's a secure,
Yeah, it's like a little room that has all the
but it's, I
secure
mean,
lines and everything.
nothing goes out. No signals go out, nothing goes out, no sound goes out, nothing. Completely silent.
Nuclear.
Nuclear, not nuclear.
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 Nuke.
Like that bottle of water in my nuclear sub.
No, it's real simple. When you see the bright flash, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Hey, Bill.
And the other part, Justin, of why not to do nuclear on the surface ships. Too easy to sink them. Too much money.
I mean, it makes, I understand. I would just think that they would want as much power as possible.
Yeah,
I
we got
said-
generators that produce that kind of power now.
I mean, unless you have Hector putting 3 spoon engines on a Honda generator, I don't know how you're gonna manage it, but. How to bring in the, Fast and the Furious.
No,
line.
no. They're an eco flow solar generator, and they're gonna have solar panels over the whole entire thing.
You're gonna be powering your solar panels with the Honda generator, like the guy with the Tesla.
There you go.
I'll
Hello,
never
Curtis.
forget that video. That guy pulling over on the side of the road, he's asking the dude if he needs help. He's like, yeah, I just need to charge my car, but I need gas for my generator.
Yeah, because I
No, Mark, I've know the show, but I've never watched it.
what Rod is saying on it, the reason they don't put them on the surface ships except for the carriers, that is due to the size. They need the propulsion.
Size, cost, risk.
But
Mhm.
because
Fucking Curtis.
all of the subs are nuclear.
Nuclear.
It's an
Nuclear.
advantage on the sub. It's not necessarily an advantage on the surface ships.
That's right.
Hey, Captain Joe.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
You know, my dad said they used to screw with the Marines on the boats, right? He said they would line up at so a handful of the guys from the Navy would line up at a door. And one of them would be standing there with cash in their hand. And they would get all these guys from the Marines start lining up behind because they thought something was going on behind the door. And I guess they'd collect their money and then run. I don't know. That's something my dad told me back in the day. They used to screw with them.
You know, in the military, almost anything is fucking possible as far as shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that you can imagine has probably been tried and done.
And especially when you cross the equator, the equator.
Oh my God.
Oh, I watched the ceremony they do for that. That's
Hello.
pretty cool. On the ship.
Talk to Rodney Bell about that. I don't know how many times he crossed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the, what is it called?
Coriolis effect.
No, that's which way your water flushes down your toilet. There's a
There's a
term.
name for it. They
Yeah,
award
that's a-
you if you cross the equator.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
damn it, what is it?
Channel.
That's
Hunt-
it.
I don't even know what to type in there. Navy.
Ceremony.
Yeah, because it's like a ceremony they do when you cross the
When you
equator.
get right to the
I
equator.
actually watched it. It was actually pretty funny. Because it's kind of like cool, but it's actually kind of funny at the same time the way they do it. Because they like dress up in these outfits and shit.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
And
Like, it's not- it's-
I want to think it was like Poseidon something, or I don't know.
Yeah, Poseidon. That's what I was thinking of. But it's not really, from what I seen, it wasn't even really taken serious. It was more of a fun type, just joking around ceremony that they would do. And
Sort
then
of
they
like
would
walking the plank.
Yeah, it was kind of a fun thing. It wasn't meant to be like super serious or anything. It's just something for them to get the crew to relax and have a little fun and
So I was in the field artillery. You know what we used to do to new guys? We used to tell them, hey, go ask the first sergeant if he's got a box of grid squares.
I don't get it.
On a map. A map is made up of grid
Oh.
squares. So we'd send him after a box of grid squares.
Oh, that's funny.
Or the other one is you'd send them off to go get spare bubbles for the sites.
Spare bubbles. That's
Spare
funny.
bubbles for the sites.
The one we used to use in the emergency room. You get a brand new airman coming into the hospitals and it's going through there. Quick, Go up to Central Supply. We need 3 feet of fallopian tube.
Same as a left-handed screwdriver.
Yeah.
Make sure it's specifically
Like,
left-handed.
like I said, Justin, yeah, if you, in the military, it's shenanigans, yeah, that's part for the course.
Mark said it's called crossing the line, Sarah.
Yeah, I just found it.
Single line, yeah.
But it's centered around Poseidon, like Paul said, right? Don't they have somebody who dresses up like
Yeah,
Poseidon and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. But it looked like a fun thing that the crew was having fun. It looked like they were having fun with it, which is nice to see.
You have King Neptune, Queen Neptuna, the astronomer, the doctor, the bishop, the barber, the guard, and the herald. There's a whole thing on it. It goes through here and talks about it. I don't know if they'll copy and paste. Maybe too many, too long.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Only
it'll go.
fit 200 in the.
There we go.
Okay.
Tells you the history of it. Yeah, Rodney Bell was talking about it one time.
Mm.
Hey, did you guys see that deal that Johnny Drone Flyer from the Fun Show posted up there about the Samsung micro USD cards?
Mm-mm.
No, what?
Samsung, and their read write 130 each direction for $11.99.
Wow, that's like half price. They're normally like 22 for the 256s, I think.
Yeah, well, these are the 128s, and then but the read write on it is
Yeah.
high.
Dude, I remember when a
You
16
know what
gig
I
was
got to
like
say,
20
Steve?
bucks.
What's
Wait
that?
till Tuesday.
Well, I went ahead and bought these. I ordered it. I'll try to see what time I ordered it.
You remember when a 16 and 32 gig was like 20 some dollars?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've gotten
You know
so
what's
cheap
coming
now.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah, the 11th and 12th.
Yeah, you
Amazon
know what's
Prime.
coming. You know what's coming, right?
But I ordered some of these.
Prime Day is coming.
I ordered some of these. I ordered them, less than an hour ago, and they're going to be here in an hour to my house.
Lucky you.
If you go, just remember when you guys buy shit like that, especially off of Amazon, buy it from the actual store of the company that's selling them, like Samsung store or
Yeah.
SanDisk store, because there's a lot of third parties
Well,
on
this
Amazon
or
that sell
or if
counterfeit
this
cards.
or if it's sold by Amazon.com Services LLC.
Right,
Yeah,
because there's a
yeah.
lot of third party guys that it's been going on for years now that they sell counterfeit cards
Mm.
that aren't actually SanDisk or Samsung, and they
Yeah.
don't last very long.
What I really need is another hard drive. Or maybe I'll buy a NAS this year, finally.
Well, if you're looking for NAS, I'll tell you what, I can recommend Synology.
Yeah. Obviously, Synology is the top of the line.
Well, you don't have to get mine's a 5-bay, and
You can get the 2-bays for
yeah, you
decent
can get
price.
a 2-bay. Okay, but mine has their proprietary RAID,
Yeah,
which you don't have to have all the same size drive, and it will give you what they call RAID 6 in essence, which is striping and mirroring. So
Yeah.
of the 5 bays, I can lose 2 and not lose anything.
yeah.
I'll put the link into that Samsung here for the States.
I mean, come on, we get the 22 terabyte drives now.
Yeah, still not big enough.
I mean, I got 4 terabytes on my computer, and that's enough for me for at the moment. I haven't even.
I got a
filled up
12
half of that.
terabyte that I think I'm soon gonna fill up, so I need at least another drive. I get a little external USB drive reader where I
Mhm.
can plug hard drives into. So that's what I'm using at the moment instead of internal, and
Mhm.
not a NAS, obviously, and not nearly as fast because it's running through the USB port, but it works for throwing all my drone video shit on.
For most of that, because I've got my solid state drive for on the motherboard, so that's on here. I've got two of them, and those are two 2 terabyte drives. But then I have for the data drive on here, I have a 4 terabyte on there for
Yeah, my
just dumping.
my data drive is at 12 terabyte.
David's
Yeah.
got 2 4 terabytes.
And then I
think, on
use
his,
a Western Digital external 14 terabyte to back
Yeah,
that up to.
David isn't I think he's got 2 4 terabyte ones, M.2s on
what
his Corsair computer. I think he was using at one point.
on the NVMe? Because when
Well,
I bought the computer,
I'm waiting to hear back from AZ that he had to go to a meeting, but he said he thinks
he's back.
Yeah,
he
he's back.
thinks he figured out about how to get rid of that emoji.
Yeah, he's back. He says, hello, I'm back.
Okay.
Now I've got on the NAS, I've got the 5-bay NAS rod, and then I bought the 5-bay extension.
Yeah, I got 2 1 terabyte Western Digitals on the outside of my computer.
What's
And
holding
those-
those on?
So they're little sticky pads that you can buy, and they're sleeves that they slide into.
Yeah, but does that generate heat?
No, not
You're
really.
not getting air cooling in there.
No, they don't get hot at all.
Really?
Uh-uh.
I've
It's
got
a
almost
really
5
light
ter
thin-
I've got almost 5 terabytes in drone footage.
So it's really light, thin, like a velvet material. But they're actually designed for them. So you can, like, if you have them on like your laptop or something, if you have one for your laptop, you can just stick it right on the back lid. So you don't have to like carry it around separately.
Yeah, he says he's got 3-4 terabyte. I've got 3 on my 3 slots, but I'm only filling up 2, so I got 2 terabytes on there on the M2. And then my NAS is configured with my main one has a total of 20 terabyte, but then the expansion when I put that on, that one I bumped up. I've got 80 terabytes sitting on it.
I need to go through and clean some things up because I've only got 2.7 terabytes left.
Yeah.
That's why that's why I want another, that's why at least at a minimum, want to buy another, say 14 or 18 terabyte drive to stick in this USB thing.
Well, the one I bought them, was it last year or the year before when they had the Amazon Prime, and I got the Western Digital Reds.
Yeah,
I got those for it
For 100 and something?
No, they were
Yeah, I got 4 drives on there.
they're
two.
14 no, they're 10 terabyte. Take it back. 10 terabyte. I got them for $229 for 10 terabyte.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I store a lot of my games on those two. Those are the 2 external ones.
Yeah, if they're just data, it's not be easy, but if you're using them to run in for running them, they'll heat up. Bless you. What you want is like an open mesh so the air can get in there.
Well, like I said, if you look at them up close, you can actually see through the velvet. It's super
Oh,
thin.
okay.
It's kind of like like I said, if you stick your fingers in there, you
Mhm.
can see your fingers right through it. It's really, really light, like a velvety type material. But
Mhm.
it's super thin, almost like a woman's stocking,
Like a
kinda
denier.
like- yeah, like pantyhose material. That's what it's like, but it's just black.
Right, well, I'm going to head out. So,
Well, take care, Dominic.
Dominic, take care.
okay.
Get a good
Bye.
night. You're heading into your daytime, right?
Yeah, yeah. 9 a.m.
Okay, Dominic, take
Hey,
care,
hey.
buddy.
Have a good
Yes.
day.
Bye-bye.
I
Bye-bye.
remember when, you remember when Jim from Above and Beyond Drones, he had those two 16 terabyte external hard drives.
Yeah,
And then his granddaughter knocked one of them on the ground and it frickin' broke the little disc inside. He lost a whole bunch of movies and everything. That thing was full.
I remember that. He was gonna send it to me to try to go through it.
Yeah, he he assumed something cracked on the inside because once she dropped it on the floor in the garage and it hit that cement floor, it wouldn't work after that. And he had that thing packed full of movies, all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
Joe says I have one 10 terabyte, two 14 terabyte Western Digitals on my main are cloned. I have to buy two 20 terabytes to replace a 14 terabyte by the end of next year. They're
Yeah, it sounds about
50%
right.
full. Pictures from Presswork.
where is this thing?
Isn't it crazy though, like how you managed to survive back in like the 80s and 90s with like no memory? And then now it's like 14 terabytes ain't enough.
This is what I've got right here, Rod.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, the 1520. Yeah.
And then you can get the expansion bay for it.
Yep.
And you can have, and what I do is I run two separate volumes. I run this is one volume, and then I run the expansion bay as another
There's a
volume.
separate volume. Yeah.
And that way I can keep them completely separated.
currently unavailable too.
Well, they're available. That's just from here. The one I clicked on the link of my past order.
So now imagine 5 times 22 terabytes.
Yeah, but if you rate it, remember now you're gonna lose out roughly.
Yeah, I know.
Lot of
But
porn.
you're not gonna lose your information.
Just to give you an idea of data consumption, this was probably, I don't know how, 7, 8 years ago. Azure, Microsoft Azure,
Yeah.
just telemetry data, 5 petabytes a
Mhm.
day. Petabytes.
AZ's got a 100 terabytes.
100 terabyte NAS.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
about that on here, but by the time you're using it, you're gonna lose a third of it. Because on the 5 bays, so I got 5 bays on the main drive and then 5 bays on the expansion drive. So this is one entity that's running and this is another entity that's running. So on that, I can lose 2 bays and still not lose any data.
Which means he's only got 3 drives worth of actual storage.
Well, what it's doing is it's striping and putting the data all across
Yeah.
as well as mirror imaging.
Yeah. Yeah. So mirroring cuts it in half.
What's up, Jody?
Hey, Jody, what's going on?
No,
Grade 5
nope,
gives you your
David.
best for total storage.
Well, it's proprietary on Synology. They have their own
Yeah.
propriety, and I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, it beats everybody's regular rate out there. Hello, Jody.
David said I have to get a new NAS and drives.
What make you got now, David?
He said the one he has, I guess, is over 5 years old.
And my drives are from my originally when I bought this, and that was in 2015, and they're still going strong.
Gigs in there.
David said, depends on how many drives and RAID you have.
Yeah,
I have
Quick,
QNAP,
QNAP,
QNAP.
yeah, QNAP's not bad.
no,
Them and Synology are basically, Synology's one, QNAP I think is two in the market.
I've been real happy with them, and it wasn't that much more expensive.
It's
And
Seagate NAS drives, he says.
Let's see if it, don't know when they'll be back in. Let's see. Just copy it here and see how much, if they've got another seller.
And Jody says he has QNAP too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with QNAP.
Well, here's one already with, they've only got, 20 terabytes already loaded on board with the 1 terabyte M2 chip for,
What's up, Bill?
onboard memory is,
I don't know if I said hi to you earlier.
$1,900.
David said it has HDMI output on it.
Anyways, all that should be on sale with Prime Day.
Yeah, it will. Hopefully.
Yeah, at some point on Prime Day, some of that stuff is gonna be on sale.
When is Prime Day?
Tuesday
It's-
into Wednesday.
Yeah, 11th and 12th.
So Jody said I have QNAP Western Digital Red Pros.
Yeah, QNAP with the Western Digital Red drives, which is good.
Yeah. They're designed for NAS.
Yeah, the Reds are the one that almost everybody has in the NAS devices.
Well, here's the newer model. I have the 15. Now they got the 1522. And that's that's bare bones diskless for $700.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, no, what I'm
It
just
might be
saying-
on sale come Tuesday.
No, oh, I know that. I'm hoping it would be.
Hopefully.
But
I've looked at that one. That 5 disc is kind of the one that is like, ugh, God, I'd
Have you
love to have
seen-
it.
Have you noticed though how erratic like tech prices keep going up? And
How much is
down,
the
up and
22
down?
terabyte drives
hold on.
What's that?
where they only sell in the 20s at the moment?
I have 2 terabyte SSDs and 6 Western Digital Red Pros, 6 drives, 60 terabytes.
Western Digital. Well, I know I've got 10s in mine. Let's see what they come up with.
I don't know if they're selling
20 terabyte.
Yeah, they may only be selling the 20s. The 22 may be only be enterprise right now.
The 20 terabyte Red Pro is $369.
That's not bad.
Yeah, David just.
It's
put that in the
normally
chat.
$500.
Jody said, don't get less than a bay if you can.
Jody said, what?
I'm running, I just took a look. I'm running an 8 terabyte my book. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, that's Western Digital. Those
Yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
bad.
That's an external you have.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill.
Well, that's kind of what my Seagate drive, 12 terabytes been turned into as an external. It's just this little docking device that you can shove hard drives into.
Well, that's what
It
I've
connects to
noticed,
your
Bill,
USB port.
especially with computer parts, man. They keep going up and then they'll drop way down and then they'll go way back up again. Like every other day, a fucking graphics card is a different price by
Boy, all
almost
these
$150.
drives are on sale right now. All the
Yeah.
way across all sizes.
Wonder
For
how
the
much they'll be
Reds.
on. I wonder how much they'll be on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And these are all.
Or maybe they'll just be the same price.
That could be, they could have started ahead of time.
Yeah, they could, some of that they do, some stuff they start ahead of time.
Jody said, but wish I would have got the 8 bay.
They don't have it, they don't show a 10 on here, and that's about the most popular one. They got a 20, they got an 8, a 4, a 16, a 6, a 12. Here you
Surprised
go.
they don't have the
Here's
18.
a 2 terabyte one for you.
50 cents?
$50.
Oh, wow, that's way overpriced.
Yeah.
That's the one you have, Paul?
No, I was just wondering if you guys thought that's any good.
What's that?
I mean,
14
it's, I don't know.
Evolution Pro.
I'm not familiar with
How
it.
brand is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know them either. You know what's worse? Oh, wait. No, they got
Price.
25,000. They got 25. Oh, no, that's a Samsung. They have no reviews. I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah, I would stick with Western Digital
Or Seagate. One of
Yeah,
those two.
Seagate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the two that Xbox and all them use in their systems too. It's either Seagate or Western Digital,
Yeah.
because they're both reliable.
Look at that. It says 46% off.
Hmm.
Look, and they go all the way up to 22
That's a
terabyte
good,
on
that's,
them.
that's a
Do
good,
you
that's a
have-
pretty good drive.
Paul, do you have a Costco card?
No,
Oh, that would be a
Oh.
good, that'd be a good place to go.
Yeah, because I bought them for friends of mine and hooked it up for them.
Or Sam's Club.
Yeah, either one.
Go to the 22
I'm
terabyte.
there
I'm
right
curious
now.
how much
Let's see
that
what
is.
they got.
22,
Yeah, I want to see how much that one is. Not bad.
31% off.
That's a
Not
good
a bad.
price.
Yeah, that's not a bad price though. I want to see what if those go down on the Amazon days or whatever.
On
they do
Costco,
themselves.
they've got it for $150 for a Seagate 8 terabyte.
How much?
150 for 8 terabyte.
Yeah, the Western Digital right here is a 150 for 8.
That would be a match to my other one. It's not exactly, the case wise, not a match, but it was same type of thing.
Sure.
Jody, what are you saying? No to that off-brand one.
Yeah, the offer.
I'm
sure.
You would never buy off-brand when it comes to that kind of stuff. Because I mean, you're putting your data in a company that you don't know, right? You don't want to fill up 16 terabytes on some random ass drive of a company you've never heard of, and then all of a sudden, 6 months later, it goes out on you. You know,
Yeah. And Costco's cut back, man. They've got hardly anything, and they've got of the bays of like a portable. They've got 6 items now. That's it. They used to have bays of this stuff. Plus, they had one that I can't think of the name of it, but it was water and fireproof.
yeah. See, I actually, Steve, I bought one of those Western Digital 1 terabytes a while back, just as
Mhm.
some extra storage. 'Cause they had a good deal on it. It was like I think like $30 at the time or $40. It was on sale.
Uh-huh.
So I bought one, but Amazon sent me 2 by mistake. And then they wanted to try to charge me for it. I said, what the hell for? I said, one, I didn't order 2. I said, 2, if I send it back, you guys are just going to junk it anyway, because I've already opened it. Because they won't resell old hard drives and shit. And so the lady was like, well, let me talk to a supervisor. She came back, she said, well, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and let you keep it. We won't charge you for it. I ended up getting another one for free.
Wow.
That's how I
Well,
ended
it's
up
their
with 2 of 'em.
mistake. It's their mistake anyways. Most state laws will tell you don't have to pay for it anyways.
Well, like I said, that kind of stuff, like hard drives and stuff. So if once you open it up, they won't take it back because they're afraid.
Sure, that's true of a
they
lot
don't
of
know what's on it.
electronics. Yeah.
And so they end up just junking it or selling it on some return pallet. And I told him, I said, well, why don't you just like, I said, it's not even that expensive. So she went and talked
Anyways,
to her
if you're looking for
supervisor.
storage, starting Tuesday, Amazon.
Yeah. That's definitely the time to buy your hard drives.
That's when I bought the.
Or Black
Western-
Friday, one of the, oh, wow, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I bought that with Western Digital was last year on Cyber Monday.
Although I think
Or was-
Prime Day may be a little cheaper than Cyber Monday, but not much. They're close. Let's put it that way.
It's the same thing. It's just different time of the year.
Yeah.
It's just Amazon doing their own personal sale.
Oh, come on. It's not their own personal sale. You don't think they don't go back to all the manufacturers and get them to
Well, it's a good
contribute
way
to part
for,
of this?
well, it's a good way for them to clean out their warehouses too of all the shit that's not selling,
It is.
you know?
It is. Reduce old inventory. Yes.
That's why I said too, like when they do Black Friday, if you want to get good deals on memory cards, just go into Walmart the day after, because usually Walmart gets thousands of memory cards and they don't sell half of them. And a lot of the times the store manager has discretion at each store to keep the items on sale for the Black Friday price till they get rid of it.
Mhm.
So they can keep it at the Black Friday price for months after Black Friday if they have a huge overstock of this particular items. And that's what they'll do. They'll just keep it reduced at the Black Friday price and people just don't realize it. Because you see the amount of fucking Chromebooks one Walmart will get and they'll still have 200 of them sitting in the back for months after the sale. Because they just sent them way too many of them. Oh, the amount of laptops we used to have left over from the Black Friday sales every year is insane. Because they got so strict on people being able to buy a whole cart full of laptops, you know, or game systems. It was like 1 or 2 per person, that's it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I at least need one more 14, 18 terabyte. If that NAS device comes down in price, I might look really hard. What I'll probably end up with is I'll look at the 2-bay NAS. I know I should get more, but I don't want to spend that much more right now.
Well, you know what you can do is get the 5-bay and then buy just
Yeah,
two
just only
drives in
put
it,
two drive. Yeah, only
and
stick
then
two
go
drives
ahead
in
and
it, yeah.
add in as you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, I know.
Do what Jody said in the chat.
But
Some Western Digital in my books have the red drives in them.
They
Take
do.
them out and use
They
them
do.
in your NAS.
Some people buy those externals specifically for that because they do have the red drive inside them.
They just strip them out then, right?
Yep.
And they probably get a better deal by buying them like that.
Yep. Yep.
That's a good way to do it then.
Yep. Yeah, that's been a little inside secret for a long time.
There's a lot of products out there that if you bought a particular product separately, it'd be way more expensive. But if you buy an item that has that product built into it,
Oh,
you can get it cheaper.
Steve, I don't know whether you saw the news or not on the Air 3 this morning.
I've been seeing, I saw some of the pictures come through when I was
Yeah,
at work.
yeah. So the debate was, what was the telephoto? The
Mhm.
telephoto is the 3X, not the 7X. So it's the 70. No, that's a good thing. It's the 70 millimeter instead of that 160.
Oh,
it
is a 70 millimeter.
Yeah, it's the 70.
Okay.
It's not the high. It's not like the Mavic 3 where it was that 7X. It's the 3X lens that was on the Mavic 3 Pro that I have.
Oh,
So they're doing the 3X, not the 7X, which is fucking smart.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. Is there a huge spec difference when you line it up to the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 like classic? Because those are the two that are kind of in its price
It's the
range.
same with if you're not using the telephotos, it's the same camera.
So well, it has the same camera as what, the Classic or the Air 2S?
Oh, you mean the Air 3?
Yeah, like that's what I'm
Oh,
asking.
yeah. That is, they haven't said yet, but I'm guessing the answer is it's the 1-inch.
Because my whole thing is is the specs so
It's gonna be
slightly
it's gonna be
different?
the Air 2S. It's gonna be the Air 2S 1-inch sensor.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, so are the specs just a slight difference from each one of those? You
Yeah,
know,
I'm
the Air
sure.
2S and the Mavic 3 Classic, that is it worth
No.
upgrading?
Hang on. You have to remember those are two different things. The Mavic 3 Classic is not a 1-inch. It's a micro 4/3.
Well, I'm just going by price comparison. Because it's gonna
Yeah,
be in
Mark-
between those two.
Mark saying, he says, but the 24mm camera is 1.7 aperture.
Yeah. They opened it up, so it
Yeah.
should be better in low light than the Air 2S was.
And it's
Well,
a 3/4 inch instead of a 1-inch.
Well, I'm only using that as a comparison because the Air 2S and the Mavic
Oh,
3
so they're
Classic.
basically using the Mavic 3 Pro.
You got to remember, you got weight wise, it's got to be under 249 grams.
No. Not on the Air. Not on the Air 3.
Oh, that's right. This is the Air 3. No,
This is
take it
the
back.
Air
Sorry.
3.
That's it.
Now,
I'm getting
that
so
would not
mixed up.
that would not surprise me that they actually use the Mini 3 Pro camera as the main camera
Yeah.
and the 70mm that they put on the Mavic 3 Pro.
And it's an f.28. Mark's
Right.
saying.
Yeah, 2.8 on that 3X 70mm.
My whole thing was though, is the Mavic 3 Classic and the Air 2S are gonna be the ones that are either, it's gonna be right above the Air 3, it's gonna be right below the Air 3. So is it worth
The Air
buying
3 is going to
that?
be in the middle.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So is it worth upgrading from the Air 2S to that? Are the specs that much better to upgrade? Or are you better
Honestly?
off going with the Classic instead of the Air 3 if you're planning on buying a drone? Is what my
No,
question is.
no, I wouldn't do the Classic. You
So
want that?
is-
You want that telephoto lens? I'd get the Air 3 before I get the Mavic 3 Classic.
Okay, that was my question, because those
Yeah.
are gonna be the two drones that are gonna be
Right.
in price range. The
Is
Mavic
that
3
micro four
Classic.
thirds going to make any fucking difference? No. When most people fly, no, because most people fly in the daylight. You know, this is something Marcus from Idaho Quadcopter said forever, right? He goes out to the canyon and he flies at noon. So is there really that much difference between any of those cameras? The answer is no. And I've told somebody else this Mavic 3 Pro. Is it is it really worth $3,000 over my Evo 2 Pro? I can give you the answer. No. Is the quality that much better on the camera? No. The telephoto is nice. That's the one thing that with the Pro that is probably worth it. That's where the Air 3 is going to be better than the Mavic 3 Classic because you have the telephoto.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about, because it's like, would you rather buy the Air 3 or the Mavic 3 Classic? Because those are
Air
gonna be
3.
the two closest in price.
Yeah, if it's those two choices, Air 3, hands down.
Which makes you kind of wonder, why did they make it better than the Classic? Because you know the Classic's probably gonna be more expensive, right? Is it gonna be more expensive? Is it gonna be?
Yeah, it is
or
because it's
is it-
1,700.
Right. That's kind of weird to. I don't know. I think they're coming out with these things too quick to.
Oh,
The
they're
answer is
confusing the hell out of
it's
everybody.
reached the same point that cell phones have reached, where there's literally minute improvements between versions.
They're
So
almost
just
plateaued.
it has plateaued, and I've been saying this for like 2 years that drones have reached that point of like phones and computers where they've plateaued, and there's
So,
just
that's what I'm
not
saying.
much difference.
So if you just bought an Air 2S, would you be better off just keeping it and using that? I
Yes,
mean,
if you just bought the Air 2S, just fucking keep it.
Right.
Unless you could sell it and get anything out of it.
Yeah, because see, I've just got the Air 2. I don't
Yeah,
have
me
the
too.
Air2S.
And you know, Steve, I was thinking about getting like an Air 2S because it's got the same body, but it's got remote ID. But I don't know whether you saw the article this last week. They're going to release remote ID for the Air 2 and the Mini 2
but it's
and the
gonna be-
Mini
it's-
2. They're
and
going
it's
to
gonna
release it on
be-
both.
It's going to be delayed till the
Delayed,
almost the
yeah,
end of
yeah.
the year. But I
Which I-
bought a separate control sensor because the other one is my Phantom 4 V2.
Oh, yeah, that one you obviously
they're
need the
they're gonna
module.
upgrade it for that too.
What about
Are
the
they?
Mini 1 SE?
Yeah. So I bought two of the sensors while they were on sale.
Well, okay, so this is where I don't get is if these remote IDs only supposed to be for 250 and above, why the fuck are they activating it on all these 250 drones?
Because
what's-
of the
what's-
guys who Part 107 that use it for business.
Now,
lot
are you
of
going to be able
people-
to toggle that off and on?
No,
So you should be able
when
to
it's
do
on
that
a drone,
because
it's on.
that's what I'm saying. If you're recreational, you should be able to toggle that shit off.
Justin, the other
because-
part of it is that's coming down the pike eventually as well, is they will give us beyond visual line of sight.
I'm just
and
saying
that's going to require the remote ID.
Yeah.
But for right now, though, I don't see what the big thrill would be buying a 250-gram drone if you're not going to have the choice as a recreational
only-
pilot to
the-
toggle it off because that's going to
You
be
know
the
what my
main
answer
selling
is?
point.
People need to just quit worrying about remote ID.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying you would think that would be the main selling point for 250-gram or
To
lower.
me,
though.
the main selling point for that, Justin, is if you're traveling. You can take that and fly that
Yeah, yeah,
in
you can
other
put it in your pocket
countries
and
and
fly
you
it.
don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
So many
Canada, Canada, you can literally fly under 250, like fucking damn near over an airport.
And you don't have to take any tests or do anything. But I know I saw Billy Kyle took his CASA test for when he was up in Canada.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, if you're traveling and you're going to be going to other places, that's the
Other
benefit.
but other countries are gonna have some other issues, right?
But if you're under they're all standardizing pretty much, Paul, on that. If you're under 250 grams, you don't have to take
Unless
any.
it's Japan.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's 200. So they released the Mini 2 with that special battery. So it was like 199 for Japan.
That's what I was gonna ask. You know, there's one place, flight time with a battery, but they could lighten that up, give you a half a battery, you know?
Mhm. Anyways, I need
Well,
to
I
take off,
think-
guys. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thanks,
See you,
Rod.
Rod. Take care.
Well, see, and I understand that, Bill, like the Mini 3 is over 250 with the extended battery. But you think the software would be able to recognize, hey, you're using the bigger battery, so we're gonna flip the RID on. If you're using the regular battery, it should turn it off
So
technically.
why are they going to cause more programming when it's
Well, then they
just
might as
on?
well just not have a weight limit on RID then. Might as well just be.
Yeah.
They might as well just lower it to like 100 grams then.
And who knows?
I think that's gonna
2
happen.
years from now, may say every drone has to have it.
Well, I mean,
we
there's gotta be a cutoff because I mean, come on now, if you're in the park literally flying a little toy drone, that's a little ridiculous. If a toy drone can't go more than 100 feet, you know what I'm saying? There's really no reason to have it on something like that. Like a
Well-
Tello or something, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, that's what I said. I think they're just gonna they should just lower it to like 100 grams then at that point.
Mhm.
But Altel, I think, didn't they get out of the whole mini game now? Didn't they announce they weren't doing the little drones anymore?
Oh, you mean the Nano like Paul has?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't
I-
seen that.
I think they said something. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they announced that not too long ago, about a month ago or so. They weren't gonna
Hey,
be doing
hey,
those.
John, what's the matter? I've got a X5C sitting right over here. It works fine. That's how I learned how to fly.
That's gonna be the other interesting thing, any kind of regulation that comes down. how's it gonna affect all of these older drones that are out there in the world that people are flying?
Cause you
Well,
have
that's
to
why I
buy the modular.
I bought this remote, self-contained, battery powered, which is good for up to 3 hours. ID, and I'll just do the same thing when I'm flying with that, like I do with my strobe for nighttime. I just have that Velcro pad. I'll just put the Velcro on it and put it right on the battery, and
Now, I thought with if you were 107, they were gonna require a module for each one of your
every
drones.
single one has to be different.
Yep. Now, why couldn't they just decide, this is what I don't understand is, you think they could design a module that you would just have a list of drones on and you could switch it?
All about that with the FAA.
Or are they getting money off of that though?
Well, they're making you register every single drone.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is they're not getting a kickback for any of these companies selling modules though, are they?
No.
So that's what I'm
In
saying,
fact,
like,
the module that I bought, it's supposed to show up today, in fact. And it's just shipping for less than 100 miles from where I live here, and it's made in Denmark. But the US sales is just here locally.
What kind of money, what kind of money was that?
I got it for, they're $149. And they're with the battery self-contained in it. But if, you know, they make them without battery, they make them without GPS, they make them, you know, so you can get them to put them on large FPV drones too.
How physically, how big are they?
I wish I could, I don't have it yet. You know, I'll come on, I'll show you as soon as I get them. They're
Okay.
not that big. Let me get a picture. I can show you a picture.
one of the
probably.
arguments that I heard people talking about last couple of weeks since all this RID crap's been coming up is that the FAA, I guess, kind of put this promissory thing out saying, oh, they're not going to be more than $50. But I guess the few companies that are selling them now, they're all ranging around 100.
Oh, they're all the way up to $300 on most of them, $299.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And for a 107 pilot, you know, think about if Dre had to go out and buy a $300 module for each one of his drones.
Yeah, I got
That's
the
fucking expensive.
the one for it, and they were only $149 US. Where is it?
But a recreational is supposed to be able to use the same module for any drone.
But I got a couple of them while they're on sale.
Cause it's the same as you guys have to have, now 107, if I remember correctly, you guys have to have each drone individually registered. So you have a different registration number. For
And
each
and if
drone.
you have an older drone, then you have to have a registered remote ID module for every single drone you're
Right,
gonna
like
put it on.
recreational, we just use the same
One
Yeah.
module, and that's it.
one registration number across the board.
Yeah.
I
Now,
think,
Steve, do you think that it's gonna go into effect with Autel right away too, or no?
The Nano, I think you've already got it in there.
Oh, it's in my Nano? Okay.
it
I
should
think
be.
it is. I know it's in the Light Plus.
I'm in, I've got the Nano Plus.
I
Yeah.
will look it up for you.
They both came out at the same time, so I guarantee you it probably has it in there. I mean, we could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it would have it in there.
Nothing, John. We don't have to register anything under 250 grams.
But
It's
I
only
mean,
if
the
it's over
registrations,
200.
but at the same time, registration's only $5 for 3 years as a recreational
it's
pilot. That's
nothing.
super cheap. I mean, that was really the only difference between having a mini or a regular sized drone, like a, you know, Air 2 or whatever in the US. It was literally a $5 difference that people were making their decision on which drone they were buying.
See,
was
I was thinking, Steve, why isn't the module an addition to your controller? Because your controller's talking to the drone and sending all the data back. Why is it that you have to have the module on the drone itself?
Because the older drones don't put out the remote ID signal. Now,
Okay.
what Rod was saying, what's going to happen is, like, we both have the Air 2, and the Mini 2 DJI is working on that, but it's not going to be before September 16th or 15th, whatever it is. It won't be until towards the end of the year. And I'm also hearing now is my Phantom 4 V2 Pro which I thought there's no way they're gonna do that. They're talking about putting remote ID on that.
But see, the problem, Mark, is yeah, the Nano Plus doesn't need it, but DJI and Altel are turning this shit on even on the drones that don't fall in the category of remote ID because of 107 pilots. As from what I was gathering from Steve and everybody,
Yes.
is it doesn't matter really on the weight anymore. It's just that if it can have it, they're gonna turn this shit on.
If you are flying part 107, you have to
But
have remote
The
ID.
good thing, Murray, is all the drones that you do currently have should, we know the Air 2S has got it in there. The Nano or not is kind of up in the air because I don't know.
So what,
But-
what
But you
if,
won't have to buy any module or anything. It's just gonna get turned on in your drone.
so when it gets turned on, that's when I have to do what?
Nothing. Just fly like you normally do.
You have to set it up in your remote.
Right, but once it's turned on, it's just on all the time, and then
Yeah.
you just do your normal flights like you normally do.
Okay,
It's not, but like I said, you won't have to go out and buy a module and all this other crap to put on your drone.
well,
Cause yours
that's,
already has it internally built in. so-
that's what that's where it gets fuzzy in my mind, and of course, my old mind, but my mind is, do you remember, wasn't too long ago, Justin, when I was down in Marysville and I was flying a grounded ship, and all of a sudden Border Protection showed up because they had been tracking my flight.
Oh, I'm sure some government agencies are already using the remote ID. So you might be turned on in yours already. I don't know.
And which drone were
Because-
you using?
Air
The Air
2S.
2S. Have they done an update?
The
with-
R2S has it already on board.
Is it,
So-
so it's working all the time now? I don't have to
Is-
turn it on?
Is there a way for him to go in the controller and look at it and see if it's turned on?
I don't know if it's different than it is on my Air 2. I'll check when I turn my Air 2 on because I'm going to be flying it tomorrow. I'll double check because I know in the Air 2, in the the flight software should have it on it.
Well, yeah, and
Um,
like Joe, if you've done a recent update in the past month, you probably already have it turned on. Because it's not a choice, it just updates your drone and turns it on, right?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
You
had
don't
updates.
toggle it on. or
And what
anything.
I'll do is I have saved it. I don't have it on this computer here, but I will email it to you. And that way it tells a list of all where you can search your drone to find out if it's approved now or not on the FAA.
Okay,
Now,
cool.
Joe, did you turn it on yourself when you did the like when you did the updates, or did it just at some point you did an update and it just turned on?
He says the heart's cover it. The Air 2, I take it's the S is turned on.
Right, I'm just curious if like he did a firmware update and it just clicked it on by itself, or did it come up and he had to toggle it on, and once it was toggled on, it was just stuck on.
Ooh, here's some company that's leasing one for $39. Oh, yeah, you got to hardwire it. Yep, I thought it's just like the other one.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm kind of glad that I have the Nano Plus, which we're not sure if it's got that capabilities or not.
Uh,
The Nano Plus, because you said the Air it does, but I don't know about the Nano. Those are my two drones now.
Dan, so you remember those gummies that Gitchy sent me?
Yeah.
David ordered a couple bags, but when he got them, they were liquefied from the heat. He said they were too damn hot to ship to Arizona. Yeah, you stick them in the freezer and you just got one big gummy chunk. That's all you can do. Stick them in the refrigerator for about an hour,
You want it, yeah.
then you just got a big old chunk of gummy. Okay, so and when you power, DJI turned it on with the update. And when you powered up the drone, even before takeoff, the RID is on working. So
Okay.
yeah, if you've done an update probably in the last month, Paul, it's probably already turned on.
Yeah, because it just pops up on the screen and says it needs an update. So okay, whatever.
I don't know how long ago they did the RID update for those. I'm
Well,
assuming,
they also did the
I think it's been a couple months, hasn't it?
the Go Fly app, the latest one that I had an update on it too.
Yeah, do you do the same thing, Steve? It says you're due for an update and you say, yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do, I want to do it, especially if they're gonna have the remote ID on it. Then I won't have to worry. David, who said it's a dry heat? Yeah, 110 and the humidity coming through. The monsoons are gonna be coming in.
Yeah, they almost needed to put some dry ice in there with them gummies. Oh, they are some good gummies, though. I'll tell you what. Very good.
Yeah, JDS is asking the same thing about your Air 2S. Oh, the Air 2, not the S. Does it
So-
have it?
So yours has it built in already, Steve?
Which,
The Air 2?
Air 2S, right?
no, the Air 2S has it built in, but not the Air 2. The Air 2 will be done, but after the initiation date. It won't be done until October or
So
December.
they'll be able to flip it
But
on with just a firmware update?
It's a
Yeah, they're
firmware
gonna be able
update.
to turn it on.
Okay, so it has some kind so apparently these older drones already have the tech in them to be able to do it. They just have to adjust the firmware update for it. Gotcha. All right. Explains why they're able to go so far back on the Phantom. Now I'm wondering, is the Mini 1 SE gonna have it? Because that's a fairly new drone as well. That came out right after the Mini 2 did. You think so, Steve?
I don't know.
I'm wondering
Let's
if the
see.
Mini 1 SE, even though it's not gonna be a popular drone, let's face it, why are they fucking doing it on the Mini 2? I'd already tell you, a lot of 107 pilots aren't using the Mini 2.
Well, the Mini 3, I think, has it, doesn't it, Steve?
Yeah, Mini 3
Yeah.
does.
So what we're not sure about is the cutoff date for the newer drones that DJI has made. How many of them?
But just ask some of these guys that do the 107 professionally. Dre, he'll
Yeah.
never use a Mini 2.
There we go. That's what it looks like.
If you asked Al, he would probably never use it or has never used a Mini 2. Like they're not at the level that contractors and shit want for job sites. So it's like, what's the point of even doing it?
Can you see those guys?
Yeah. So you're just going to Velcro that on? Is that?
Yeah. I'll show you all the pictures here.
Well, what's the holes for? I wonder if it's already got mount.
You can
screws.
screw it on.
So it's going to use existing screws that are already on the drone somewhere.
No, that you can do whatever you
Oh,
want.
it's mounted on top?
But there you can see it
Oh,
on
that's
top
ugly
of the
as
drone.
shit.
Yeah.
No,
Sure does
no
change
offense.
the
I know
look.
you had to buy that, but
But
I
I'm
don't
not
like
gonna
that.
put it, I'm not gonna put it over here. I'm gonna put it on the battery right there where my Velcro is for my strobe light.
Well, and the question I have is, if you put it on the battery,
like they couldn't make a better design. Like that just looks funky.
Well, this is one, I mean, there's other ones out there. They make just the module itself without any case or anything, but they gotta have the battery in here. This is what they call the 120, but then they make this one of the drone beacon with external power, which is just no battery on.
Still,
It's
you-
there,
still-
but doesn't have
still
the
it's a
battery.
yep.
But then they-
so
But then they make this for FPVs, which is just the board. And then they make it with a GPS module you can get on it too.
okay, so the Mini 2 and the Mini 1 are not on the list for remote ID. I'm on
No.
DJI forum website. So they have the Mini 3 Pro. So I'll just share it when you're done.
Okay, let me turn this off.
It actually tells you which drones don't need a module and which ones are scheduled to get a firmware up. So obviously we know the Mini 3, the Air 2S, the Avata, Mavic 3s, all those don't need it. Oh shit. Hold on.
Except your cookies, you get that thing out of the way.
So These are the ones that are just gonna get the
September
thermos.
30th. Yeah, see September 30th, and then go down to the bottom, the Phantom 4 Pro V2. That's that one I bought from William.
And that's
So-
at the latest, so it could be
Yeah.
before that.
Mavic 2, the
But yeah,
Mavic,
they don't have the Mini 2 or the Mini 1 SE on here, so I guess that's good.
The Mini 2 supposed to be on there, I thought.
I mean, it could be, but they don't have it on this particular list. But like I said, why do the Mini 1 or even if it was the Mini 1 SE, the Mini 2 and the Mini 1, I don't think need to be on there anyway, because like I said, if you
And
ask
that-
anybody that's 107, they're not using a Mini 2.
No,
So I think they'd be wasting
well,
their
that's
time.
not true. I know one guy that uses the Mini and he uses it for flying real estate.
Well, I know there's probably a few people out there, but I said everybody I've known that has the 107 that I've asked, they've never used a Mini for anything.
Yeah. No.
Al and Dre and a few other people. Al, oh, matter of fact, there's Al in the chat now. Al, if I remember correctly, you said you've never used a Mini, right? For any job sites?
Yeah. Hi, Al. How are you doing?
Okay, so Al has the list from the government. This is from the FAA.gov.
gonna pull it up and show it?
Yeah. So. Oh god. Fucking shit, I swear. So
And what was that from? What was the top
Evo
header?
Nano, so that's gonna have it. These are a bunch of drones. I don't, Skydio, obviously.
So the Nano already has it, right?
Yeah, it said that it's going to, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does it have a date on it? When it's gonna go into effect?
Go back here.
6:30.
Ooh,
So it's all
June
right.
30th.
So maybe with that last update, you double check it.
Yeah, have you done an update within the last few weeks?
Yes,
Okay, then it probably is already turned on, you just don't know it. Because like I said, it's not gonna like change anything significantly about your drone.
well, the last update I
It's
did
just
was
gonna
a week
turn
or
it
two
on.
ago, and I noticed how much more stable it was in the air.
See, this is like given like all these different other random drone companies that you've really nobody ever really talks about.
You
All
can do a
these,
search in there
commercial.
by name.
What is that under? Where do you find that?
The links in the chat.
It's a FAA,
Al
FAA?
posted it in the chat.
FAA.gov list docs. LISTDOCKS.
I just want to see, so the Mini 3's on
And you
there.
can search it by name.
Oh, I know, I'm just
You can say just DJI.
Hey, Chuck,
browsing through it real quick. So the Evo Light was on there.
we're looking at the list.
Yeah,
Chuck, on
the minis
on
aren't on there. The Mini 2,
FAA.gov of
the Mini 2
the
and Mini 1
drones
aren't on
that
there at all.
have remote ID required.
Oh,
What? You drug your ass out of a bar and in order to come onto a show?
what do you mean?
Well, the Mini
I
3
drove
All
Pro
I
2
see on
hours.
Facebook is you and Lloyd
Dude,
with a
we
beer
were
in your
almost-
hand.
You know, some people would be happy about this, but where we were,
It's pure jealousy.
wait, there was a landslide just up road from where we were, and had we been wanting to go north instead of south, we would still be at that bar.
See what happens when you don't take your instinct in order to go?
No, I'm glad we got back to the house. The house is a lot
Yeah.
nicer than that bar, although that was a cool place. Pretty cool place.
Enjoyed all the photos. Thank you.
Just one, wasn't it? Did Lori send more than one?
Yeah, she had a couple of them out there.
Oh, yeah, it was well, we're
It
still
just
in
made me
Vermont.
thirsty. I'm just sitting there looking at it. When I saw one the other day, and then I saw the other ones today, and I'm sitting there going,
Yes,
These guys
technically,
are really, really, really pushing their limits here. I'm out here working
We
and they're
hike-
posting beers in their hands.
we
Well-
hiked like, I don't know, 7 or 8 miles yesterday before that. No, the day before we had beer for no good reason, but yesterday we hiked like 7 or 8 miles, like up like this.
Oh, so
Um,
so now you're telling us the reason why you had to go hiking because of all the beer you had before for no reason.
Go ahead, Justin.
Maybe.
What do you want to say?
oh, I just wanted to answer Corey's question. Yes, you can
Oh,
actually
sorry.
put the Mini 2 over 250 grams if you use the Mini 1 battery, because it is heavier.
You mean there's a
The-
bigger Mini 2.
Yeah, you can actually use the old Mini 1 batteries in the Mini 2. And
And they're
they're a lot
heavier?
heavier, so yeah, it will put it over 250.
Hmm.
That's the only
I thought you were
time.
talking Mini 3, where you can use either the standard battery, which is sub 250, or you can go
Yeah.
with the longer flight time batteries that put you a little
extended
bit
life.
over.
But I'm
But-
gonna
but
jump
what-
off, Paul, because Matt's starting in like 10 minutes.
Okay, but what,
I'll see you later.
all right, we'll see you, Justin. Thanks.
Take care, Justin. Have
Later.
a good weekend.
What Steve was explaining to us that there's a whole bunch of drones that already have it already in the drones. The
Oh,
Mini,
really?
the Mini 3 already has it. The Air 2S has it.
Any more light? Don't buy me. Yeah, even I heard even the Mavic 2 series is not far off. They just haven't updated the firmware, but when they do, those drones will even be legit. So
Yep.
come on, yay, more light. Any more light? Oh, that's a lot of light. That's too much light.
Oh, excuse me.
Way too much light. Damn.
Well, that's because you're
You know what I'm fighting with?
yeah,
Think it's bright enough?
that's because
know, right?
Chuck, your eyes are accustomed to the bar lighting. There you go. That's better. Right there.
I look.
Yeah,
Sunburn.
what can I say, John? I started this whole mess. You can blame
I'm
me.
using a laptop camera. That's all I have. This stupid thing up front. It kind
It's
of
working fine.
garbage. Anyway,
Makeup. Get rid of that shine on the forehead.
I know I'm all glistening. I
That's what caps are for.
have one. I do fly drones periodically, though.
There you go.
Yeah, because I was telling him I bought
Going
this,
backwards.
I bought this module from it's called it comes from a company called Drone Scout. But it comes when you buy it from it comes out of excuse me, Drone Beacon DB120. And this is what I shared. I'll just share it real quick and just put it off so you can see what I was talking about.
This is a
On
remote
the
ID
porch.
module.
That's the remote ID module, so I can put that on my older drones.
He's gonna Velcro it on.
How much does that weigh?
I forget the weight of it. Let's see if it gives it on here. Product page.
And then how's it interface? Does it need to connect to the drone physically? It must, because
No. It's just putting out its own beacon. It's battery powered. You register if you're as a hobbyist, you just
Yeah.
register that beacon. You can put it on all your drones. If you're
One
a
of
Part
those-
107 and your older drones, you have to have a module for every single drone.
Oh, for F's sakes! I mean, it's just why? Why can't it be FAA?
Well, and
You know
it's
what
like- it's-
the
and
F
it's
and
like-
FAA stands for, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because that's like whatever.
Yeah, but Chuck, and it's here's my big question. Okay, why did we have to put that on the drone? Why can't we just have a packet that goes on your controller and it sends the signal out? Because it's sending out the signal where the hell the drone is, because that's what's coming back to the controller.
Yeah.
I don't think this technology can like take the telemetry from the
25
remote
grams.
control. That's not too bad. On the mini, it would
That's
throw you
that's
over.
with the battery and it's good for 3 hours.
Show the drone picture where it's mounted.
I saw
Oh,
that. It's actually, it
let
looks
me-
compact. Just, if you're not flying a mini drone, and most of the minis are going to be like you guys identified, most of the mini drones are going to be.
There you
There
go.
it is. Look at that, Chuck. Now, isn't that ugly?
I mean, I get it because like it has GPS on it, so it knows how fast the drone's going because it's on the drone. It knows where the drone's going because it's on the drone. Blah 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 blah. I guess.
Yeah, but all that data comes back to your controller.
Yeah, but you got to get it out of the controller somehow, and maybe that's
Yeah.
kind of
That's
a
the
little
whole
more
purpose of
complicated.
that's the whole purpose of them going back to put it on older models. Like they're going to put it on the DJI is going to activate it on the Air 2. They're going to activate it on the Phantom 4 V2s. They're going to activate it on it's like 5 of the older drones that they're going to activate remote ID on, so you won't need the remote ID module.
Well, you know,
Well, how
I
do you
didn't.
get
I
the
didn't
location
see,
of the
I didn't
pilot
see
from
on the
that?
list the Inspire series.
The
Oh, the
Inspire
Inspire's-
series, they didn't say anything about that.
So,
It's older than dirt, Paul. I don't think they're gonna.
there's still a lot of
Inspire
people
3.
flying with the Inspires
Well,
because it's mostly all
Um,
commercial stuff.
yeah, I know.
Because the
Well,
Inspires
you have
were
to buy
the
a
old-
module.
Were the old what do they call it? OcuSync
Yeah,
no, I mean not OcuSync, Lightbridge.
Lightbridge.
Oh, Lightbridge. That's right. That goes way back, man. Lightbridge. Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
stuff's pretty dated though. We're talking what, 10 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
mean,
was surprised with it. I think it was Al posted it up, a link up there. Yeah, he did. He's the one that
Water.
posted it. You go to uasdoc.faa.gov list doc. He's got the link up there, and you can do a search. You can do a search for it, and you can search any drone.
240 downbound, 30 minutes from London 12. State of Michigan upbound to the Black River 1950. They're just a few minutes past their time. The Algoma Equinox, Stag Island 2115.
What was that?
That's my Marine radio.
Oh,
all right.
Well, I guess everybody's heading over to Northeast Drone Productions. He's going to fire up here in about 5 minutes.
Oh, Matt is.
Matt
Yeah.
is, yeah. Mr. Matt Bump himself.
Mr. Hashtag Matt Bump.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, I know the guy. I know the dude.
Well, I tell you what, Steve, thanks for the information about that. If you had not bought those modulars, he bought 2 of them though. Oh, because they were on sale for like $300 for 2 of them.
yeah, they're 149. They're 129 pounds, coming
Wow.
out of the unit, but they're 149 here, and they were on sale because they were higher than that, because the exchange rate makes it higher than that itself.
Yeah, the British pound is stronger than the dollar. So
Yeah.
significantly stronger,
Yeah,
as
Yep.
I have felt in my wallet, like you. Yeah.
Yeah, time
That's
to
cool.
I wish I had my Inspire 1 still.
Oh, is that Al? I didn't see Al in the chat.
yeah,
Al's in the chat.
yeah.
Yep.
Time to fly.
Oh, there's Al. I didn't have the chat up. My bad.
Yeah,
There it is. Yeah. Hey, Al. Haven't seen you in a while, man.
because Brian, TDR drones, he got that one. He got that one where he bought that one used, which was the V2 model of it. And
Yeah.
he got a good deal on that. He loves that thing.
Well, they definitely are fun to fly. You know, I had the Inspire 1. I had the Inspire version 2, the Inspire Pro. I had the Inspire 2. But they just,
Didn't you have the one V2?
Yes,
Okay.
and they're just so big, you know?
Mhm.
Although I'll tell you what, they're impressive drone and what's most impressive about the Inspires are when you put the pedal to the metal, it tilts
It
in
goes
like
fast.
this and it just shoo.
Thanks, Al. I had some issues with my Mavic 3 today flying it. It did not want to track correctly. It would start wandering. It was so annoying. I had it in not only spotlight, but like in track, when you had it on active track,
Yeah,
it would be tracking me because I was filming me. And then it would just kind of break off and like head towards these trees. And then I'd have to quick stop the thing. It happened like 3 times in a row. The active track sucks. How else do I sugarcoat that? Mavic 3 active track, can't even say it, active track sucks.
well, you know, that's not a strange statement because I think I've been on a couple of conversations before with other people who've said the same similar thing. It was like it had
There was
a mind.
nothing- There was nothing in the way of it. I mean, the first time I did it, I came from behind a tree. So I got blocked and it kind of like stuttered and it came back, kept going. But then it kind of just swept around. It's supposed to be on my left. I set it to left. It's supposed to be following me on my left and comes around and like starts going towards these trees. I'm like, where the hell are you going?
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to get the remote control. Pause. And like 3 or 4 times it did it. This is frustrating.
I have
don't
never
know.
used Active Track. A lot of people like to use it, and if you're comfortable with it, it's just that I've always said because I'm maybe
trust
old,
it.
I may be old school, Chuck, but I always figured if I needed somebody else to fly it, I'm going to have a pilot standing next to me.
I need a pilot next to me and she's not ready yet. So like
Oh.
today, I gave her the controls to the Mavic 3 and she panicked. She goes, I don't want to crash this thing. So you're not going to crash it. Just, stay with me. Like there's nothing in the way. Just go straight line, flying. It's easy. And it was not easy for her, but she, because she was under so much pressure, because,
Sure.
I'm a bastard of a director.
Yeah.
But after 3 or 4 goes at it, she got the shots, but it was like, but yeah, I couldn't trust Active Track. I mean, the whole point of Active Track is so you can do that with one person.
Well, yeah. Remember they used to say set it and forget it.
Yeah, set it and say goodbye to it because the thing it went into this it flew off and went into this cluster of trees. And there's no over this. I was like, I'm screwed. How am I gonna get this thing out? And it was like, then it stops in there. And it's like there's trees all around it, branches all around. I was like, it can't move. And I'm like, I turned the sensors off, like thread the needle to get out manually. I wish Lori had filmed that. That would have been an exciting video as my Mavic 3 is like in this web of tree branches and I'm trying to fly it out without hitting anything, which I did, but the video would have been epic. Oh, hindsight. But the drone didn't die, so this is good.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, we didn't crash her today, but we came close like about 6 times.
Well, remember, almost only counts of hand grenades and horseshoes.
And
So
horseshoes,
you're
that's right.
fine.
That's right. Well, eventually you'll get to see the final product, but we'll keep it under wraps for now. But it was a fun project. It was Lori's idea. It was a good one. So we'll mess around with it later. Give you some editing. That was the best part of the day before the landslide. It was raining cats and dogs here, people. And when you're up in the
Really?
mountains, as you know, Steve, when you're up in the mountains and it starts raining cats and dogs after
yeah.
it hasn't been, the sides of the mountains sometimes come down.
That's for sure.
And it did. I saw pictures of it. It totally like covered this. Was it Route 4 in Vermont, up near Killington, near the ski slopes and stuff.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
where we worked
uh-huh.
today. Yeah, covered the road.
Just washed out. Rock slide.
Big ass rocks, and I
Yeah.
mean, maybe I could drive. My Colorado might go over them, but I don't really want to have to find out.
JDS put a list up in the chat for anybody that wants to know of the drones that this is going to affect.
Oh, thanks. I got off topic. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, did this get pushed out? Did the whole remote thing get pushed out? Remote ID? Is it?
Well,
Yeah, well,
the
it's
thing
gonna-
of it
it's
is
gonna be
some of the hotels, according to Steve, and the research he's done, already have remote ID installed in them.
Well,
Yeah, and like you
so does
said, Mavic
DJ,
3
so
Pro
does, so does
or Mavic
So does
DJI.
DJI, but
Yeah, Mavic 3 series.
Autel drones are going to
Mini 3.
activate sooner. Like
Well, they're
June-
already on. The
Yeah, they're already on.
the light
June-
and the Nano Plus are on. So you just got to go into your settings on your controller and look underneath there. And if I remember right, it's all the way to the last item and go all the way to the end and scroll down, and it'll come up and it'll say something in there about remote ID.
Yeah, the Avada has it on.
Yeah, it's approved.
It's on Avada. Because mine has it on. Lori's didn't update the firmware yet.
Well, the
Mark,
list that Al put up there, those show the ones that are approved now with the FAA. Now,
Yeah.
the other link
Yeah.
further up, it showed of which ones it will be approved for.
yeah, yeah. Mark asked about Mavic 3. Do you mean Cine?
Mavic 3 has it
Or-
already on it.
Yeah, Mavic 3, anything. Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Pro, Mavic 3 Classic. It's there. But oh, and by the way, I did calibrate my compass and everything, so it wasn't that. I don't know what the hell it was. Maybe it was aliens, but it was weird.
Operator error?
Could be. Well, I was trusting the drone to operate, so it errored.
Oh, there was your mistake.
Well, you know,
Don't trust the drone.
I
The only one
barely,
you can trust is you, the pilot.
oh, I know, dude, but I was, like I said, I mean, Lori just wasn't feeling comfortable getting the shots till we got forced into it. And,
Uh-huh.
you know, I was kind of hoping. I've used the drone to track before and it's okay. But the Mavic 2 Pro worked better than the Mavic 3. The Mavic 3 just sucks at tracking. And then it does this whole drunken mosquito thing when it's like shining. You ever seen it? I mean, like the gimbal
Have you
covers it up.
updated
but
it
the-
lately?
yeah, it's all up to date. But like the when you have it on active track or whatever, the drone literally the gimbal hides it all, but the drone's like
I'm just saying, is I wonder if this update screwed it all up.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, it's done it.
Um,
That's happened before, as we all well know.
Well, I was flying the Classic today because the Classic is my go-to now because I never use the tele lens on the Mavic 3 anyway. The old Mavic 3 is my backup. If I crash the Classic, I have the Mavic 3.
Mhm.
But I didn't bust out the 3. It's kind of like just chilling. I don't know, man. I gotta play with it more. Like, gotta get to a wide open field and play and
Yeah.
like figure it out. I just, it's like, when do you use this stuff? When you're trying to film something for real. He's like,
Yeah, I was telling my wife Linda, I was telling her that because of my the Autel Light Plus. I mean, I'm fine with my Mavic Pro. I'm fine with the Air 2. I have no problems with it, but that Autel is just, I'm not really comfortable still flying it, moving around a lot of places. I says, I just got to get out there and go through all the functions and test all the, the tracking functions, the orbit functions, and just get out there and just practice with it.
yeah, that's what seriously, that's what I need to do too, because it just didn't respond like I expected it to. And there must be something I'm missing. So me and the Mavic 3 need some quality time together. That I get the canine thing now. It likes trees. And you mean like fire hydrants, Mark? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what he's talking about? Because it did try to piss on something. You watching those guys?
Yep, they're on right now.
Yeah, they don't care about you.
I'm watching Kelly.
Yeah,
He's on
there's
too.
several different people that are on right now.
Yeah, today's the first Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Okay, everybody, I think I'm going to shut it down and let you guys go over and search the channels because there's Kelly's on, Matt North is on, and somebody else is on.
Mr. Bump.
Mr. Bump.
Nice.
Hey, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again tomorrow. Bye.
Have a good
for now.
weekend, everybody.
Toodles.
Take care.